told, bad things happen.
I would say
What brotherhood are you talking about?
Or sorry, I meant the
the
library.
Allegiance. Oh, okay.
The library.
Yeah,
Okay.
library. Yeah, it's just something we all just need to come to a consensus on or whatever. But we need everyone. We can tag Julian. I just don't know how, if he's got a lot of stuff going on or not.
If you tag him, he'll answer eventually.
Yeah, I was busy this weekend too, and I had some family stuff pop up, and needed to talk that over, so I wasn't really on very much at all either.
When did Sir Winston get a very intense mustache and beard?
He has the dwarven belt, and he gets to roll for that beard when he's wearing it.
Nice. Have you actually rolled it that you have beard?
Sure did. I earned this beard.
Nice.
It's a glorious beard. Magnificent.
You need to get all the nice scented oils and stuff for it to keep it nice.
I wanna go straight up like Blackbeard the pirate. Put some incense in there.
Yeah.
Let him burn.
Twirl it. Make sure it like will form and everything to the way you want. Also, don't forget I gave you that whetstone too. You can use that during your short rest. I think it just gives you a +1 damage for like an hour, but.
Where are you getting this information from, Nick?
I can't remember. Huh?
Where are you getting this information from?
Because I gave him a whetstone.
I understand. No, I know, but the whole +1.
I think it's a +1 to damage or your attack. It's something that comes from the whetstone.
Sure, if you can send me a link or like a page number to those rules, I'd be interested to find the source. I think it's only fair, so we're not making rules on this on the go.
Yeah, no worries. Just go ahead and throw that in Discord chat, Nick, and it becomes written rules. Go for it.
Actually, where did I find it?
Plus 38 to hit.
I went from having lots of money to no money, but that Iron Stone is gonna be so worth it.
We're just waiting for a ride before we start. Or you guys want to start?
Yeah,
now?
you should be here. You should be here any minute.
Okay.
Because we're just going to be picking up right from the short rest and then making sure everyone's topped off. And if anyone needed to do any shopping from the week, because Tom said he was going to give us that time, like, hey, as part of your short rest, grab whatever you need real quick, and then we'll make our way down. Oh my god. Ooh, you know what? I think I made a uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think I pulled that whetstone from the D&D wiki, but
yeah, I just want to make sure that
whatever
that you research it, you find the source, and either I'm wrong and it's a rule I oversaw, because that happens. Sometimes I don't remember the whole DMG PHP by heart. But if it is something from D&D wiki, then we established that it's homebrewed and never introduced.
Yeah, I think D&D wiki is all homebrew stuff. Yeah, it's all homebrew. I think I accidentally pulled it from there because I was looking around in D&D tools or 5e tools, and it just says whetstone. It's available in the SRD and basic.
That all to be said, whetstones are not useless items in D&D. After all, this is like a theater of the mind and improvisation, all that. They have weight to them, they have use to them, and if anything, their flavor. I just want to make sure that we're not giving +1 to weapons out of the blue. Because that's sort of where Oil of Sharpness comes in play and all that. Actual items that cost gold, and not just like 10 copper pieces.
Well, you got a really nice whetstone then. Sir
Yeah.
Winston.
Weighs 1.
Well, we were talking about whetstones when we were talking about his beard, though.
I don't know.
Maybe I missed something. Maybe something was said and I missed it.
Well, that's what I do. I
I will-
stroke my beard and stroke my whetstone. That's what I
There
do.
you go.
Found a new. I put basically. I think it was like under additional features and traits because I was kept being confused about what were my attunement slots. I literally just put them on my sheet. I literally just like on like my additional features and traits. I wrote attunement slots full 3 out of 3, and I wrote 1, 2, 3. These are my attunement things. So I
saw-
stop figuring out.
I saw Nick go a step further on his sheet, and he actually put under features, under his magic items. He put a feature called, I think, something like magic items, right, Nick? And he had his listed. I do the same thing under the treasures section on my sheet.
Yeah,
But-
you can add it under
Mhm.
your feature and traits if that's something you want to do, or just
My
click on the
features and
on the
traits
bio.
is so long because I have a lot
Yeah.
of
So you-
magical items, in particular like my Bandor, because I added all those spells. So I
So-
can just click on them.
So you're better off adding it under your like treasures.
Yeah,
if
you can put it in the bio tab.
Yeah, I put it in my bio tab. Yeah, it was just easier and like not getting lost in all the other things because like the number of like item things, like I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 like features and traits from items.
S- s- what sort of features do you have from items, for example?
I have the daylight spell from the drift globe. I have dimension door from the Cape of Mountabon. I have the sending spell from the sending stones, and then I have 5 visibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, entangle, fairy fire, shillelagh, speak with animals, all from my Bandor.
I mean, that's
I
why
have
I just make handouts for items so you guys can open them, not keep all that crowding your sheet.
I like having them there because that way when I use them and you'd be like, oh, what's that spell do? I can just like post it in chat really quick. Also, it's easy for me to check what that spell does too. They're pretty much all spells.
Really, the reason why I ask you guys what that spell do is not so you can post it to chat, because I can look it up just as easily. I don't want to have to read myself. The goal of that question is to be like, see if you guys know your own sheets, and your character, and you describing what you're doing, and perhaps improvising on top of that, instead of me having to look up and resolve your own spells, because I have my NPCs to track off. So it's
No,
nice.
because that's why, because there's spells and there's a lot. Some of those are long in writing. I just like having them there. They're easy for me to check when I have them here, because I have pretty much almost as many spells from items as I do in my actual like bard spells.
Yeah.
Snake people. I hear puppies.
Yeah, it's my dog.
Dog. I
You had
know.
a question?
Yes. So the snake people, they're afraid of what's coming. So they're fleeing from the underground because they're scared of the creature that we saw that had like the nails and everything that was crushed under the boulder. They're fearing what's coming from underneath, and this whole thing of changed. I think maybe I confused it too with a little bit of Game of Thrones and stuff. Do they all openly fear like Lady Najash and everything that she brings, or do a large majority of them like worship her, knowing kind of the way that she's kind of swaying?
So there are serpent folk, which is a community minority in Ankarel. They're
Yes.
composed of many people with different ideologies. I would say, from what you've seen, a part of them, you're not sure what's a majority, what's a minority. From what you've seen, a part of them want to live peacefully among the people, let go of their past. The serpent folk have a past of ritual and other sort of like dark magic to bring them close to divinity, sort of along the evidence you found in the manor, to change their humanoid shapes to that closer to their true serpent gods. A lot of people want to let go of that past and live in Ankarel and in other places in peace. Others are proud of their heritage, of their past. They still want to achieve that. And lo and behold, there is this Lady Najesh and others who cling on to those past ideals and want to bring to fruition those old prophecies and that power shift. From what the party has heard, the Cobalt Soul got her word of this. There's been some development since the arrest of that Lauren Office and the death of inmate Vorsk. So people have different opinions.
Okay. I'm good then.
And then you guys found sort of evidence of what the agenda is for those loyal to those old ideas. There would be an upper strata who will be loyal to Najesh and her followers. And we'll see this dawn of a new age, this bringing forth of the ziggurat of Serpentkind to Ank'Harel. The power shift and how they've already overthrew the power in their underage. Whoever this leader was, this Rustini, whoever he was, they overthrew him, and they were planning to do the same thing on the surface and bring forth their religion. And then there's those who resisted, the lower strata, who served their cause one way or another, be it as prisoners, as unwilling servants, or more. The thing is that you guys really scraped the tip of the iceberg on this one, so I don't want to spoil too much, but that's what you guys found in the Najesh Manor. Yeah.
Seems like these people need a voice. They need strength through words.
Is Will here yet?
And action.
Yeah, I said that already.
Yeah. Just remember I don't read chat because I have all these other windows open. In that case...
I said that in voice, actually.
Okay. I didn't hear you. In that case, without further ado, I will immerse us back in. Sort of picking up from where we all last left off. You and your companions follow the trail of evidence that led you to Najesh Manor, where you assassinated Lady Nadelia Najesh, a devoted acolyte of Zahir, who aimed to lead a separate folk uprising to topple Ank'Harel's government power and shape the city into a ziggurat of betrayal, god worship. Your group found further proof of Adeline Najesh's collaboration with the Underridge's cultists, as well as the possible location of an ancient powerful artifact of Zahir, the Lash of Shadows, kept in the care of Najesh's second-in-command. As the city guard and the Cobalt Soul working to comb the city of any remaining occult presence, you and your party took on the task of venturing down below Najesh Manor and braving the sewer underpassage in search of the cultists' core, the Lash, and prisoners taken by Zahir's worshippers, including those taken from the Cobalt Soul. We find ourselves within Najesh Manor's kitchen, where a secret entrance beckons you and your companions. The reek of sewer gases and an earthly smell drifts from those umbral depths. What would you like to do before braving the depths and the descent?
Well, how we all looking, sweethearts? Nia, you look a little banged up. You get the help that you need? Do you need anything?
I was able to, with the short little. Thank you very much, Winston, for letting me borrow Steven to go grab that item, and I was able to heal up a little bit on the way. It's a very good self-steering horse.
Yes, he is very well trained and a mighty steed.
The mightiest of them all. Well, if there's anything else that we need, I mean, now's the time, but if we're good to go, people down there, they're waiting on us. It's almost like this is like, another emerging of what's happened over down in Rosanna. Dro are coming out from the, from the Underdark, and they want to find a new life, and these are what these, what are they called? Githyanki? No. I'm Boulder's Gate. Snake people. What's the race of the snake people? What are they called again?
Serpent folk.
Okay, I thought they had a specific
UNT
name. I think it's
UNT is a realm specific
Yes.
name for them,
Okay,
and I don't
never
have
mind.
UNT lore up in this bitch, so I just call
Okay,
them
that's
Serpent
fine.
Folk. Yeah.
Well, this is like the Serpent Folk, you know, and their emergence day. So, well, we need to help these people, you know, lift their spirits up, let them know that there's help. You know,
You
coming
don't have
get
to
them.
tell me twice, and he jumps down.
Jumps down,
fine.
Rumi, and athletics
Like,
or
if there's
acrobatics.
like a
check.
ladder, he'll fireman slide down.
Fair enough. You like down the ladder.
Yeah.
I thought you just like heated yourself down a 20-man manhole. I'm like Winston.
Head first, straight down.
Hey, your spine is the strongest spring in the human body. Just land on your neck and you're fine.
Totally.
Yeah.
Remind me to show you a video later of a video game where a guy slides down the ladder and he's banging his head on every single bar.
Oh, isn't that like Dark Souls?
Yeah, it's from Bloodborne.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it fucking gets me every time.
Yeah, because there's like a tricone like helmet on. And just
It's so funny. I actually think it's someone put that soundboard over, but it's funny as shit.
It's funny as shit. Fair enough.
I love it.
Winston
Let's
is
go.
ready to go to descent. I'm just making sure that everybody else is good to go.
Well, he's an Ego Beaver. How are y'all looking? Riot, you doing all right?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. There's nothing I can buy because I'm still saving up money.
All right. Well, maybe we'll find some loot or maybe get something down there that we can salvage. But these people are needing us.
No better place to find treasures than the sewers of the Undercity. Fair enough. One by one, you descend down the ladder. I'll go ahead and group you guys up like so. And load up the map for you guys as you enter the Undercities.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly. So we're over yonder, past the ladder. There we go. I'll change up the music a little bit
Oh, fuck, that's right.
to suit the
Oh,
ambiance.
God, this smell. Watch where you step.
So, you descend down the secret passage. Your hands cling to the cold iron rungs of a ladder, your feet landing in a puddle of standing water. Moldy, mustard-colored foliage squishes underfoot. Cold water presses against your boots, seeping in. The curved stone walls are infested with barnacle-like growth, mildew, and the occasional rusty metal pipe ending in a grate where debris has collected. Waterlogged garbage lies strewn against the sewer walls. You see large rats the size of cats dart away from the light seeping from above. Further ahead into the darkness around the bend, you hear the sound of dripping water, the echoes of scratching rat claws, and the gurgling water in the pipes. The storm pipes curve and twist like the intestines of a giant mythical creature in desperate need of a 30-day fix you right up detox cleanse. An unholy stench slams into you. The smell is that of stagnant water, rot, and the tang of wet stone. What little light you may carry plays off the filth-encrusted walls, the tide line showing where the water has gone down a good 4 feet or so.
Well, sure stinks down here. She's gonna just try to get some of her cloth or maybe go through her bag real quick and just tie something around her nose. Look very bandito-like. Nia, if you put one of these on, you'd look like a bandito.
To help out Julia, now I will cast Prestidigitation on her bandana and give it a nice light. What kind of smell do you like, Julia? What do you like?
Ooh, white tea and jasmine. You got any of that in there?
Oh.
She casts
Sprinkle a little bit.
Prestidigitation and makes her bandana smell like white tea and jasmine.
Oh, honey, I could be down here for days at this rate. Oh, come on.
It's like someone made tea out of sewer water.
Yeah, I love it. Wait,
One of
One of
these
those survival
earthy
sticks.
notes I'm detecting.
a
Delectable.
bit nutty.
Yeah. Yeah. Crunch.
Okay. We have just this one light above us, it looks like.
Yeah.
Do what?
It's light of the kitchen from above, yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Do you want Naya? Naya will take out her drift globe and globe, where are you?
There it is.
Thank you. Gotta get my words. What's my word? I put a word in here.
You whisper something in German.
Das Licht. That's it. Just, I don't know why I made them German. Das Licht, and it lights up.
Okay.
Let's wash through.
Are we saying Julian is staying upstairs, or is he going to be with you?
He's
us?
here with you in spirit. Why are you
In
asking?
spirit, okay. Just curious. I didn't know if we were doing the thing with Winston like from before, if he's going to stay up there and he'll just meet us, or...
I'm not going to put him in combat because I don't want him to die while the player is not here to play him, and I'm not going to use any of his skills because I don't want to waste the player's resources without his consent, etc. But
we don't need him here. I just didn't know if he was going to be with us in spirit, following us,
only
or he's just
only
going to
here
stay
to
up above.
with you in spirit, following you, only here to
Okay.
witness the events as they unfold, sort of thing.
Yeah,
But-
that seems fair.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
stuffed
fine.
him in the
He's here just not doing anything.
we stuffed him in the bag of holding.
Sure thing.
Oh, that's even better. Hold your breath.
Now, Ranger, Gloomstalker, as you're sort of immersing into your element, you're using your dark vision and the sort of light coming off the orb as well. Do you have anything like helps you with your vision from Gloomstalker? Just to clarify.
It just gives me not night vision.
Like dark
dark
vision.
vision out to 90 feet.
90 feet.
Instead
I
of
did
60,
adjust
it's
your
90.
token to see that. So with your dark vision, sort of taking the head of the group, you can see there's a sort of T section here. To your immediate attention, to your left, around the bend, dimly illuminated by the sunlight, still seeping through a grate about 10 feet above, is a body.
Well. So seeing the body, but then also just checking my surroundings so I just don't openly pop my head out and... Ooh, fuck, I'm drawing all over the place. Am I?
No.
Use this scribble.
No, I have stuff underneath my token. That's my fault. Anyways, moving over, just slightly peeking my head around, making sure everything's okay. Maybe something scuttling around over there. Seems like someone met their poor fate. Maybe dumped over here. Not sure how they got. I'm gonna go take a quick look. Hey, why don't you guys check out the north over here? Just keep an eye open. I'm gonna take a look at this. Let me see. So I want to take a look at him, but Riot, if you can help me with this too, I could use you a little bit of an assistance.
Sure.
An extra set of eyes doesn't hurt.
So Riot and Big Mummy Gulia, you see soggy scraps of sodden, withered matter cling to the remains of some poor, unfortunate soul, completely like encrusted in this like fungal mushroom growth. Save for its vaguely humanoid outline, you don't initially recognize any like specific racial features of this individual. The body is anchored in place. Its arms and legs are hammered by nails to like a place of very, very like heavy flotsam. From first impressions, perhaps, the body seems to have likely contorted and bloated after this individual was caught and drowned beneath the affluent bilge of this place.
Riot's gonna look at Julie and be like, "You want to use the light of the amulet? I'm pretty good with fungus and plants and everything like that because of my herbology background."
Well, I was gonna say I do have it, but what's the range of the drift globe? Does it reach? It's pretty large,
20,
isn't it?
20 bright light, 20 dim light.
It's on. The daylight spell is casted for it, so it's 60.
Oh, you have
Is-
daylight. Fuck.
You're using daylight for the day?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Let me just fix that
Okay.
in. Daylight will be 60, right? Yes.
So Riot can see it anyways.
So you have to like blink twice, all of you, as if with a word
Ugh.
comes to shine.
Jesus, that's bright down here in such a confined space. I can maybe work with it a little bit.
You see like a cluster of rats about 40, 50 feet down the pipe to the north that were just scrounging around in the foliage and stuff. They just look at the light and with like very high screeches, they flee away from the light down the pipes out of view.
No, he just kind of like turns her head and looks back towards the group and is like, I don't want to get surprised out here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't either. Yeah, well, if you could with mushrooms. Question: it's encased in mushrooms. Is this like a This is giving me real what's that game?
Last of Us.
Yes, vibes.
Mhm.
It's giving me those vibes, Last of Us vibes. Is something like that like able to exist down here naturally on its own, or does it have to be like?
Are
Is
you
that even
asking me, is
possible?
this some sort of a disease that took over this humanoid body, like a medicine check or something like that?
Sure. Or is it just like natural fungal stuff from being in a sewer?
Roll me a medicine check and then roll me a nature check.
Okay.
You're able to answer both questions with these rules, but let's see what sort of luck you have here.
So nature,
Mhm.
medicine.
Cool. So, wow. Your medicine check then reveals the corpse contains no bones from your little prodding there, and instead is completely composed of this soft, rotten mushroom matter. Right? You see a few like rats hide in the cavity of this corpse's head and rib cage, quotes. The cause of death is sun sickness. Whatever this soft mushroom matter is made of, it has dried and withered following a very prolonged exposure to sunlight. With the following nature check, I'm just going to give it to you. You are looking at the remains of a myconid, a sprout.
Right. Do you know anything about those? It's fleeing my memory right now.
Myconids, if I remember correctly, they're saplings that are from the Underdeep or down in the Underdark. Thank you.
The
And
Underdark or anywhere where mushrooms grow, really. They're sentient,
okay.
walking plants, mushrooms, fungal things.
I haven't seen one of these before, but I've heard about them.
I spent a little bit of time in the Underdark, but it wasn't so much of these things I was hunting. It was more like driders and, anything dealing with the Spider Queen. But tales for another day. If you're able to get anything from it, I guess now is the time, but be careful. Oh, okay, that's what they look like.
Is there anything harvestable really from it, or is it decomposed that much?
We can roll me an investigation check if you want.
Sure. 10.
10. You see that blooms of fungal growth grow all about this mushroom, but have been exposed to sunlight. And even now, the few living ones, under the light of the bright light, the slight sickness coming off the orb, I want to say, that Nia is holding, it's purging away what little mushroom growth grows on this. These little fingers of fungal growth wither and blacken until there's not much for you to grasp on. Most of what you'll be able to find probably will be found in dark reaches.
Okay.
Whoever, like, this corpse has been like nailed to like a wooden board, a heavy piece of flotsam. It seems that whoever like places corpse here, this was some sort of a torture or execution method. You're not sure, but they ensured that this creature died and withered away.
Was there anything on the board? Any markings of claws, like serpent folk, or?
There are claw marks, but mostly like rat-sized.
Okay.
Local fauna.
The corpse is probably so ridden or so fucking deteriorated and everything. But as far as like any cloth that's being there, is there anything with like signs of affiliation to any organization, or dare I even say a name tag or an ID of some sort?
You can confidently see that this fungal creature did not associate with any uniform.
Okay.
Yes.
They stay in their own kind of groupings. They stay together. He must have been a straggler.
Okay. I'm thinking this was a humanoid turned into something. Never mind.
You,
These are their own.
Your medicine check.
Yes.
You investigated for any like racial features, organs, any remains. This creature does not even have bones.
Okay, it's its own thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Totally
it's
fine.
its own
I'm
creature.
good now. I got it. Okay. Well, where there's one, there's more. I don't know what exactly they were trying to pry out of this, or what exactly they would know, but Not gonna find out now.
I will give you this, Mr. Last of Us. You look around the corpse a little bit, and you can see a few of the dead rats that perished, be from one disease or from drowning, whatever. Where they perished, the same mushroom growth seems to be like infecting them and growing on them and blossoming off them, but has been since exposed to sunlight, light, and sort of withered before it had a chance to spore.
Well, we know sunlight will neutralize it.
All
right.
Do you think this is some of the sickness the serpent people were running from, or do you think it was something else?
Could have been a number of things. This could have been a small part of something, a small variable. Maybe they were testing stuff. If they could get that into the water supply, I mean, who knows? Yeah, it's unfortunately I don't have much to go off of right now. Turning to the north, like, hey, you guys up there. We need to be careful where we step. Try to stay away from any fungal spores on the ground, large stackings of them. If it starts moving, take a whack at it. Or fire, daylight, something. I'm pretty sure fire will be good.
I am holding a ball of daylight.
Oh, I meant like actual sun. Excuse me. I should have said not daylight. Sunlight. That's what I meant to say. I fumbled over my words. Well, that's gonna be our best bet for right now. All right. I have nothing else. Right. You good with anything? You need anything?
No, I just know that that Gilmore was looking for mushrooms down here, so I was kind of keep up some eye out for mushrooms.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for you. If you can get anything from here, let me know. But I'll keep an eye if I can.
So, Winston, as you move your token around the corner just to take a peek around, you do notice a cluster of big mushrooms. I can tell when you guys are moving your tokens and exploring spaces, even if you return back to your original spot.
I was just seeing what movement would look like.
Yeah.
Trying to peek around corners. I didn't even know there was a corner, but I'll commit to it. Yeah, I'll take a step forward. Is this so? Just so I understand the terrain here, is this like a little alcove here? Like this is a wall, and
yeah, it seems
I'm a little confused by the layout.
From what you can, yeah, it is an alcove. There's
walls.
You're currently walking in the caved in sort of not caved in, but what do you call it when you have a flat surface and then you have a little divot for water to flow in?
No.
Yeah, that like a half pipe, if you will. You're walking at the bottom of that, and there's a little alcove there, a little flat surface, whatever the purpose it served, be it like for maintenance, you're not sure. There is, and you can see through the pitch black, a huge heap of fetid, greenish, like garbage pile that's sort of collected there.
So that's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Riot, you said you were looking for mushrooms. It appears there's a pile over this way.
Which way? Straight ahead? Right? Left?
To the right of me, pointing over here to here.
Okay. Well, if you want, I can go inspect them and see if they're useful ones or they might be the poisonous ones.
Whatever suits you. I just know that you're looking for mushrooms, and they don't quite interest me, but over there you get some.
Well, you never know. You might find some really good mushrooms. You put them on a nice steak with a good sear. Oh, perfection. Maybe not the ones down here, but you never know. Well, you know what? Maybe try it.
Down here.
Oh, fine. All right. Well,
I, for one,
Mm-hmm.
refuse to eat sewer mushrooms.
Where do you think mushrooms come from?
where
in
do you
general.
think
They literally grow them in shit IRL. Like,
You are upending my entire existence.
You're breaking me. Don't tell me.
Do not tell me.
wait till I tell you about hot dogs, my man. Ooh.
Yeah. Wait till you find out where babies come from.
No!
Babies, oof.
Babies. Not
Me,
eating.
grandmama,
Mushrooms come out of vaginas, let me tell you.
So,
a rock carried a baby. That's how I know it.
A rock, a giant 200-foot bird.
Yeah. So I'll be up there in a minute to give you a hand there, Ryan. I'm gonna make sure we're covering our back end, but just in case if we need to run, we're gonna take the right precautions here. I'm gonna light a torch. Oh fuck, I'm drawing everywhere by accident. And if it's possible, no, I just wanted to drop a torch like here on the corner to kind of serve as like it'll have light in case we needed to run and retreat. If this was to branch off into paths or anything, be like, oh, that torch I left, it's burning still. It maybe, it only
Sure
lasts
thing.
about an hour.
I'm gonna say though, the illumination of the torch is reduced as you're dropping into like wet foliage and not like immersing it in a pot of water, but it doesn't have much room to flourish, so it's gonna be like a reduced radius, but you can see it in the dark for sure.
Okay.
It's kind of
Is there any mushrooms around that corner to stick it behind? Right, we'll use Gridcraft to light up his torch for him.
So I'm assuming you're talking about like where Winston's standing?
I was thinking like maybe right here or something.
If there were any mushrooms, I would have told you.
Oh, those aren't mushrooms on the wall there?
No, they're like barnacle-like growth. They're like more like rocks. That as soon as you guys have turned like your light sources on, especially that bright daylight globe, they sort of like clamped into like place and closed completely.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought they were something we can like stick a torch behind.
You could probably pry one open and force the torch down and skull it.
With pieces of chalk that I have too, I'm just gonna add to it, like where he was looking around, and we have the little light source. With chalk, like on the clean parts of the walls, like or like the cleanest, I'm just marking arrows just in case if we have to start running to help guide us.
Sounds good.
Because this might turn into a maze.
Yeah, smart of you. That being said, right, if you are curious, you can probably pry one of those barnacles things off the wall if you really want them, but they are live creatures that are sort of living in this damp dark.
Are they like oysters?
Yeah, well, no, oysters are sort of, they're more like oysters are like clams that are on the sandy bottoms. Barnacles tend to stick to surfaces. It's sort of what you would find on the bottom of ships at sea.
Oh, that stuff. Okay, yeah, no, I won't pry any of that off.
Fair enough.
Honey, if you come around this corner up here, you're gonna see a nice mushroom clear as day.
Yeah, come get this mushroom.
See, look.
Get in there. Get in there. Get in there, mushroom.
Yeah, through the pitch path ahead, you sort of get out of the green, fetid water, trying to slip on a slippery stone path as you make your way toward this cluster of mushrooms ahead of you. Here's a closer look for you.
Did it look like anything like it was off of the sprout?
Yes, but alive and fruiting. Not like black and shriveled. It's like alive and yeah.
And compared to Riot's herbology book, does he know anything about these already by the look of them? From
roll me an advantageous nature check.
I want to get up there.
This is an easy DC. I'm just looking to see how much I'm giving you. These mushrooms have a distinctive pattern on their heads that many consider to be beautiful. The mushroom heads are sprinkled with vividly green dots. You would know that some sages speculate of the mushroom's origins, whether they were natural or produced by magic. Regardless, these are dragon egg mushrooms. Healers value these mushrooms, whose ashes possess the ability to draw out toxins.
You draw out toxins?
Yes.
Oh, that makes my life so much easier. I would like to try harvesting these then.
Easily done. You have like a knife or something, you can harvest them. Go ahead and add, I would say, like just a handful of these as you approach them. You can see a refuse pile to your north. It reeks, it smells like garbage. And as you're harvesting them, you, from somewhere down a tunnel or near the refuse pile, you hear like a woman's voice, almost half buried, and she's just like, Is someone there? Please help me, I'm stuck.
Right, it's gonna look. Oh, do I see the north? Oh, that's not where I am. That's where Winston is. Or is it in here somewhere? I'm hearing this.
It's like echoing from northward. You're not sure if it's from the refuse pile or from further down the tunnel. It's sort of distant and echoey.
Okay.
Further to the north. That's where the voice is coming from.
It seems that whoever this woman is, she's claiming she's stuck in the refuse pile.
Right. I'm asking from what direction?
From the refuse pile.
Oh,
Okay.
from the refuse pile. Okay.
Riot's gonna go over and try assisting. We'll help him start digging through it a little bit from over here.
I'll run over and I'll aid. We must rescue thine and help.
Give him a hand. I'll stay watch to the north here, and she'll draw out her bow and just have an arrow ready. Just give him cover.
Sure. So,
Naya will have the drift globe go like on top and like drift,
illuminating it from above. With the help of all the light sources there, you guys move aside from the refuse and you spot an odd-looking large slug-like entity protruding from the top of the pile. Its skin has a mottled blemish to it and 3 large eyes located in a row along its back, open to stare at you, the pupils sort of shrinking flat into like this, from an oval shape to like almost like eye shape, like that of an octopus. This slug-like creature appears docile, though sort of squirming away from the source of light, and appears to be the source of these women's pleas. Help! I'm stuck!
Definitely help it out.
Okay.
Free it.
How would you like to do that? What exactly are you doing?
Okay, so I'm hearing you described its face, but does it have limbs? Like, I imagine if some humanoid is stuck in there, I would dig around some of the trash, the heap, debris to free some of the body. Use arm strength to help lift it out.
Fair enough. What I described as a slug with 3 eyes on its back staring at you, nothing humanoid.
Literally
but
no limbs.
Yeah, because a slug doesn't have hands or legs.
Yeah.
Like a slug,
Yeah.
3 eyes on its back, staring at you. Seems to be emanating this sound.
I don't know. Start kicking some trash over it and walk away. I don't know.
Riot's gonna first ask who it is. What are you?
In dire need of help. Get me out of here.
What creature are you? I've never seen a slug with 3 eyes before.
A helpless one.
How many slugs have you seen that can talk to you with sentience?
Well, if you eat certain mushrooms, you think you see a lot more than you appear.
All I'm gonna do is start clearing out debris so that it can free itself.
Okay.
Since there's nothing to pull it out.
So you reveal the latter end of the slug. It keeps on going into the refuse pile. You thought it might be like 3 feet long. No, 4,
Right.
5, 6 feet ongoing. And as you begin to move the garbage away, you're like, what is that smell? It cannot be just garbage. It smells like absolute horrid waste. And you keep on going until you eventually see that the end of the slug is sunken into a bigger mass below the pile that now begins to stir and rise up, and the voice, no longer calling out to you, begins to reverberate deep as some huge beast below the pile reveals itself. Can I get everybody to... I'm not going to roll initiative for this one. This is an encounter.
I knew it was a mound.
Riot, as the creature... the cries of help begin to be accompanied by gurgling howls of something aberrant further down. You see from below time a grotesque, bulbous creature borne along on these 3 sturdy legs. Its eyes, nose set along a vine-like stalk that snakes from the top of its bloated body. Can you help me roll I'm gonna say acrobatics check, just try to stay on your feet as you're rolling off its body.
Oh, 11.
11. So you land here. and you
that's fine.
land near the mushroom. Thankfully, taking no damage as you land on something, some soft spores, but nonetheless prone. You see the bloated body, 2 rubbery tentacles end in spikes, leaf-like appendages that it uses to sort of shovel a half-torn piece of something into its escaping maw as it rises. The creature is enormous. It's full size, buried beneath the mound of offal and carrion that makes up this nest. You see a thick chain runs from its collar at its neck. The chain is bolted to a far wall to the sort of east side of this alcove, giving the creature just enough lead to lunge hungrily at you, Riot.
Great.
So this is going to be one of those, I'm going to act and give everybody like one action, because this is an encounter, not so much a combat, unless you guys wish to fight this thing. I'll skip all that deception shit. I'm just reading the range on shit, so we're doing it fair. Against you, Riot, it's going to be a lashing tentacle strike of +6 against your armor class. And that's going to be at advantage because you're prone.
9.
12 misses.
Yeah.
As it then turns its maw toward Winston, who sort of let it into your hands. Winston, it is a natural 20 against you.
Yeah, you would roll a natural 20. You did that on purpose.
Oh, wizard mommy, if only.
enough.
Valina's silvery barbs from afar.
She her sixth sense is going off. She's like, somewhere out there, the group is getting fucked up.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so 26 absolutely hits.
Hits. You receive 16 piercing damage, and then roll me a Constitution saving throw, and you feel the breath of this creature, the fetid, fang-like, bony protrusions from its maw sink into you. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, if you will.
16. And is that con save related to poison? Because I get advantage.
It's against disease.
I'm immune to disease.
Neat.
Do I need to roll anyway?
I want to see you roll just to see what happens if you
I'll
weren't.
Roll for giggles.
Yeah. Neat. It's just nice to know that it would have worked in any other character. Neat. With that being said, what are your actions, guys?
Disengage and run away.
Smashy, smashy.
How much chain is left on, like, where it's at, if it's chain? Like, is there, like, a coiled amount, like, at the bottom?
Roll me an advantageous perception check. Some of it is, like, sort of buried beneath the oval. There's a chance of failure here, but you have your Eyes of Gloom.
28.
Easily, you can tell there's, like, 20 feet of chain to this thing.
Okay. Look, if we're gonna make a move, we gotta do something, but if we're coming back this way, we're gonna have to deal with it sooner or later. Right, if you can't get out of there, honey. Turning my attention back around, looks like Riot's trying to leave. You're gonna go smashy. Are you wanting to commit? Or, excuse me.
Like, I'm not rolling initiative till you guys decide that you want to fight this thing, essentially, yeah.
Winston, you committing, or what are we doing? We can try leaving.
I'm all for it. As long as my comrades escape, then I will follow suit. But until then, I will keep this thing at bay.
Trying to see. It will basically take up this whole intersection with 20 feet of chain. So we'll have to commit to, like, one way or another.
Right, if you want to run away from it, if you dash, you'll be able to make it probably out of its reach.
I was just going to use feline reflexes, and then stop for a round, and then get my feline reflexes back.
Sounds good.
So I can move 120 feet.
I'll take your word for it. Which way are you running?
I'm going over here. Oh, shit. I'm going this way.
So, Julie, you see Right just run past you. Feline reflexes, I guess, action disengaged. to
Yeah, and then
avoid
ran.
a second slam as the second tentacle goes down, sending garbage and refuse flowing all over the place. This creature just all the while still like busy, like shuffling its gluttonous form, rising heavily. What are you guys doing,
Go
rest of
60
you?
feet.
All right, I'll give you cover, sweetie. If we're going somewhere, looks like you're going to the north. So, guys, we're going north. Winston, hold it off. I'll help you if you need it. If Winston goes to make an attack, I'll make an attack from range, and then while, you know, scooting up to the north and just giving some cover fire.
For it, go for it. Make your rolls.
All right, I'll roll. Flee, Naya, flee.
Fleeing. She calls back the
Uh,
drift globe.
Here. No,
Um,
no great weapon master. I would just do regular attack. 10. Wow, nat 1. Cool. Job.
so the question is, are we just making just one attack, or are we making whatever we normally fold
Whatever you
could,
can
if we
during your
were?
turn. I'm just not rolling initiative unless you all want to fight it. I just don't want to slog the session down with initiative.
Oh, okay.
If you guys are just
I
giving,
mean, if we're trying to run,
just
then-
wounding this creature to give Ryan out, I'll give you guys like whatever you can do during your turn
Right.
Excuse me, that's a 16.
before it acts, essentially. So Winston's initial strike does strike. It's hard to miss this target, but it doesn't penetrate deep enough to wound anything vital. The second strike for 16 does get it reeling back, sort of in a reaction of pain, for 11 damage.
Yeah, 11.
Okay. It winces a little bit. You not a deep wound to slow it down from a lunging. Unless you're following up with anything else, you can fall back with your party.
Yeah, if we're gonna dedicate to the north, we'd be like, Winston, come on, we'll deal with it on the way back, or maybe there's another way around. We can check.
So I'm describing what you have in front of you in terms of choices. To the north, you see the pipe bends to the east, to the right, a little bit of like glowing green smoke and a whole bunch of like these glowing green large mushrooms. To directly to in front of you to the left there are two swarms of rats sort of clambering away from the noise, and there's light now peering around the corner, and there's a bend that leads into a sort of a downward slope toward what looks to be like a waterfront, like a flooded pipe.
Well, we can always go get those mushrooms real quick if you want. I don't know if the thing can reach us.
Yeah, it may not reach us, but who knows how long those chains are gonna hold. It might corner us. I can't see around, so I don't know if this is a dead end or not. If it's a dead end, it's a big risk.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if it's a dead end either.
The beast rises onto its 3 feet and begins to give pursuit.
It's the confusion. Move on.
All right, go to the north.
We'll just go up there 30 feet. 5. Oh, shit. Dead end.
All right. So as the creature rises to its feet and gives chase at the top of its speed, it is yanked back by the chain, stopping here. I was gonna wait for you guys to move your tokens, but I don't know. People are just sort of standing there, so I'm just gonna say it ends its turn there.
We can still get around it.
Yeah. While people are deciding,
All right. So
yeah.
what would happen? Let's just
Yep.
play this out. All right. So we're all running to the north, right? That was the decision. So Naya, I mean, I would have followed. I assume you would have done the same before we knew it was a dead end. Is that fair?
Sure, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that seems about right. All right, here we are. Well, seems we've been led astray.
We did not take that, or Riot, you don't have that book, right? Of the tunnels underneath and everything you found on the bookshelf. Technically, we don't have a map or anything right now. We're going.
Well, I mean, no, I didn't say I took the map off.
Yeah,
But
I was just
I
curious.
memorized it. I memorized it.
Does any of this look familiar then? You said something about not running underneath the bathhouses, but oh wait, no, we have the fucking map. What am I talking about? I
We
have
want to
the
go to the
part map.
bathhouses. The bathhouses where everything was kept hidden and made it look like nothing was there, but it doesn't make sense for a bathhouse not to have any like tunnels or sewers there. So that's the area we should be looking for.
Yeah, I'm looking for my map in my bags. I got so many pockets. This motherfucker stinks too. Where the fuck is
Are
my
you talking? Are you looking for this?
Yes.
Okay. So as you get that out of your discussion is going on, you're getting the map out of your backpack. Nia, you feel a tentacle wrap around your ankle and grip. 21 to hit against you.
Mm-hmm.
It still has 10-foot reach. So stopping there, it squeezes for 5 bludgeoning and the 6 piercing damage from those awful looking spikes at the end of the tentacle and grapples you in place, restraining you.
All right, this is a bust, and we're getting cornered. We gotta go.
I would try to help free Naya. So whatever aid I can provide to free her of that grapple.
Okay.
Whenever appropriate.
If you're using just your brute strength, it will be like an athletics check, yeah.
Sure. You want me to go now?
Yeah, go for it.
Happy to.
Natural 20, you tear the tentacle apart. You can see it still has one tentacle remaining that sort of is reeling back from the pain, but is moving to strike like a snake head if you stay within reach of its tentacles.
I think it's time to go.
Do you think you're a strong guy, and I'm putting a lot of faith into you? I don't know if you want to take this dive, though, but do you think you could push it back while we snake around?
So this is a mound of... Is this just one creature, or is it just a mix of different garbage?
It was hiding beneath garbage. It looks like this.
Oh, okay. So it does look like a whole creature. I'll do my best. Sure. I will attempt to push it out of the way so that my companions can sort of squeeze by. So I'll run forward, trying to push it.
Oh, go for that athletics check. Contested by its. You push it, like you dragging it. Its feet drag 5 feet back, giving your allies just enough of an opening to squeeze on by around the bend.
Run!
It's a small window, but we gotta go for it. We're not in combat, but I have the ability to disengage if that matters, so I could just freely move around it.
Yeah, bonus action, disengage, roguish, cunning, whatever it's called. Yeah.
And then I'll come over here, take up a position, look in the front. Nothing's coming that I can see so far right now. And then be like, all right, come on, guys.
5,
Josh
10,
is down
15,
the hallway.
20.
5, 10,
That's 30 feet there for me.
1.
Fair enough, and I'm assuming you're gonna take the disengage action just to avoid its tentacles.
Yeah.
Easily done.
Even though I'm actually still in its reach, I don't.
I forgot my drift glove. Come back, drift glove.
The remaining tentacle, the one that's still whole, goes to strike at Winston's armor, but sort of the spikes rebound against your heavy plates as you're still sort of holding onto its form, pushing it back, making sure that it doesn't reel in to bite your allies. It then focuses upon you for a bite attack against Winston. It's a 14. Again, just more of those gnarled, bony fangs just scraping off against your armor. Oh,
It's no match for you. You're doing great.
Everybody through. Is everybody through?
Not yet. Well, soon. I'll move
Just
another.
about.
Quit walking and start running.
Yeah, you can just move your token, dude. You don't need to use Q movement, because for some reason on your token it slows it the fuck down for some reason.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I can
why.
see the whole pathing movement.
Yeah. Well, because he's using Q every square, which for Roll20 is like...
Yeah.
So you can just move your token. Cool. So with that non-combat skill check done, Winston is the only one still holding on to the beast. What do you do?
I would to the best of what I can do, let go, and if it's disengage if I can, or flee, opportunity, whatever, I'm just gonna get out of there and meet up with my team, something like
Sounds
that.
good.
So,
And you leave the beast there tethered as it spends some time trying to reach for the remaining tentacle, unable to reach you guys. It then paces a little bit before retrieving back into the darkness. You can hear the of its footsteps as it just maneuvers out of view as chains in its wake. For all that, Riot, you have your handful of dragon egg mushrooms. Yes, indeed.
Julian, my boy, I haven't heard a word from you. Did you shit your pants? Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. It happens to the best.
You just turn around, Julian is half corpses in his mouth, being chewed up.
we'll get you on our way out.
He got the shit scared out of him.
The path slopes down and vanishes beneath murky waters ahead. You spot markings on the walls, unmarked by you, but somebody else, clearly indicating the way forward as a snake-like eye slit, but where the iris would be, it's like an arrow pointing ahead. Alas, there's no way through but to hold one's breath and brave the plunge. The few rats in your presence slink away from you, and you can see them dive beneath the waters.
Right, just gonna stand there and just staring at it.
You are already, if you're standing there, you're already up to your chin height in waters.
Oh, never mind.
If you would look at the map, the water line starts here and sort of plunges into the depths.
All right, Riot's just standing there,
Okay.
Oh.
just staring at the water.
Noted. Now, just so the water is getting deeper as we continue. I'm hearing that, but what do we see when we turn the corner? I'll walk up along the edge.
There is no edge. The entire pipe begins to flood. You're afraid to walk ahead. Your suit of armor sort of anchoring you like a diving suit to the bottom of this as you are about chin height in water. You see, well, I mean, you see, what do you see? I don't know what to describe to you. It's a flooded tunnel, and more reaches beyond. There is a source of torchlight beyond, and more light coming from above, from the various grates sort of separating you from the city above. You can mutely hear the sound of footsteps upon a cobblestone, maybe a few wheels of carts from above. And water. Wretched sewage water.
It looks like there's a stair set over there. Might have to swim to it and hoist yourself up. I can see just a little bit of faint light. I can't tell, though, what's there. And she points to over here.
That's about all I see.
Look, there's only one way to go. It sucks, but
I'll go.
it's something that we don't speak of ever again.
Fearlessly.
Fearlessly,
I will trot
he
forward, not
trots
really
forward.
trying to swim so much as walk along the bottom, hopefully getting to the steps.
So, fair enough. Can I get everybody but Sir Winston to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
6.
6.
His aura.
Oh, I got a 6.
6.
Ah!
And a 7. Oh, man, if it was 666, that'd be sick.
That'll be
Fucking metal.
Oh boy.
7 feet beneath the waters. Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. I'll use one reaction of the amulet. So
Sure.
someone can re-roll. I'll give it to Raya.
The one who's afraid. Yes.
Yeah, the one who's afraid. 9, I still
Well.
fail.
Ah!
How do you guys know you failed? I didn't even give you the DC of anything. Several
Normal DCs are 10.
Well, yes, it's a lot. Several feet beneath the water, your hands find a narrow opening where the water flows in a steady current. Some of you swim onwards. Right, I'm still sticking to the shoreline there. As you try to trod your way ahead there, Sir Winston, through the murky, foul waters. You feel the water in front of you harden like a jelly, and then just immerses you into it, and you find yourself suspended beneath the waters.
And I can't just move forward.
You're stuck.
I'm stuck. Now, is my head above the water or am I completely submersed?
This is a flooded. Yeah, your head is completely submersed.
All right.
Because you are sucked into this empty and beneath the waters in a suspended, sort of frozen pose. As I will go ahead and put this big boy on the map.
Jelly?
Jelly cube.
I'm stuck. What the fuck?
Let me read this big stat blog. And golf. Thank you. I just need to roll damage.
28 acid damage. Holy fuck.
Push yourself down. Fell safe. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, please. And at this point, I'm going to say everybody roll me initiative.
A dex save at disadvantage. All right.
Hey, Tom.
So,
Promise.
The sewer walls. Does it look like Brian could climb them?
slippery surface, and there's nowhere to climb to. This is a pipe that is flooded.
Well, it's a pipe. Like, there's no like, cracks or anything like somebody can like dig his claws into to get a. Like, a
Let me
grip.
reiterate. It's a pipe, therefore it's only 10 feet high. Therefore you'll be climbing to the top of the pipe, which is flooded, full of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a way out of those, not in the water. No initiative.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is not a good day for rolls.
No.
Oh, with that deck save, can I still have inspiration from the previous game. Can I re-roll one of the dice?
Go for it.
Normal, so it'd be 16 more. Come on, Dex. Balls.
9. You take 28 S damage and are engulfed.
28 damage. Well, that's not good.
No, our tank is engulfed in a giant piece of jelly.
Tank is very bloodied here. All right.
So everybody's initiative then?
Oh, I didn't roll. Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. Go, man. There we go. Done.
Sounds good. Julio, ever vigilant. I'm surprised you don't have the alert feed. 19 initiative. You're on top of the round. What you see for sake of perspective is Winston swim under and then just kind of get suspended midway. You can the briefest of glances you can see the water displace and wriggle a little bit, but for the sake of this, your attacks have disadvantage against this creature unless you can spot it.
Okay. If it's possible, could I use like an ink vial and like with the little bit of air that's like to the top of the pipe, just kind of like lob it up, smash it, have it fall, and then so like the ink can like silhouette it.
Okay,
If that's an action, I'll do it.
go for it.
I'm just throwing an ink vial, so I mean I don't have an attack or anything for it. But
Yeah, no,
I'd
but
throw the ink
I'm just saying
silhouette
to see if you have anything else in your turn.
Oh, okay. Other than that, no, I'm going to interact with object. I'm going to grab my, what the fuck is it? Grapple hook, and I'm going to just let everyone know what my plan is that I'm going to submerge, I'm going to try to get him to latch onto it, maybe the cube will take it, and we can try to pull him out, but it's going to be a tough one. And then, yeah, hopefully I can silhouette it for a while, and that's my turn.
Fair enough. So your ink begins to spread around and doesn't diffuse into the cube and stays in the water, sort of outlining it in a shape, and you can tell that it's blocking the entire passage, sort of working its way towards you very slowly, cleaning the pipe. All right, top of its turn. The engulfed creature cannot breathe, is restrained, takes acid damage at the start of each of the cube's turns. Okay. So you've spent your turn outlining cube. Winston, you take acid damage. The cube moves. Yep, the cube moves. Oh, the cube is locked in place, really? Oh, Winston's locked in place. To engulf the source of light, the little orb is also engulfed in the jelly, right beside Winston. It is now like illuminating with little inky spots around it as it moves into that spot. With a pseudopod, it moves to strike Julia Gulia for 16 plus its bonuses, 24 to strike.
24 hits.
30 acid damage. There's a giant streak of dissolving leather in front of your armor there. It ends its turn there.
Can we tell if this thing is it like an animal, a beast, like?
It looks like no animal or beast you've ever seen. It looks like a gargantuan gelatinous cube.
It's its own thing.
Julia, do you think if I use? No, wait, I can't because I have no level 4 spell slots left. Boo! It is my turn, right? Is this thing?
Yes.
This thing's done. Okay.
Yes.
I am down.
Can I see
Taking
Winston?
60 points of
inside it?
damage. Yeah, I'm out. Completely out.
I can see Winston though, right?
Yeah, this cube is completely transparent. You can see Winston, yeah.
Don't have any ranged healing.
A few floating rat carcasses already becoming bone float by Winston and get ejected from the other end of it while you're contemplating your turn.
And most of my attacks are sound based. And I very, very much doubt this thing can hear. So in an attempt to try and splatter it, Nia will back up first of all 15 feet. And
You get hit for pseudopodic acid damage of 29 acid damage from opportunity attack.
and then we'll cast Shatter kind of like in this corner, trying to avoid the exact area where Winston is. Kind of
Fair
like
enough.
here.
Trying to avoid
So-
friendly fire, yep. Respect.
Yes. So it is a gosh dang. It's a Constitution save.
You got it.
DC 15.
24.
Gosh damn.
Holy crap.
I rolled a natural 19.
Boo. Yeah, well, I used. Well, Shatter still happens. Does anything happen to the pipe?
I'm looking for the damage so I can apply half the damage on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Riot, you are on deck after Sir Winston's turn. He is dying. I would just giving you.
No range healing spells.
It's
Half is 5.
doesn't mean you can
And
do
he's
anything.
in-
Yeah.
And he's in water.
He's also your friend. Fair enough. Nia, anything else in your turn as the shatter spell just sort of on the other side of the pipe, sending a wave of water sort of reverberating through the Genesis Cube and waving up to your knees there, Riot?
She will give Julia Bardic Inspiration.
Fair enough. Winston, you said you're down, right? Give me that death save if you don't mind.
Yeah, I can't do anything. I will roll a death save.
And we already established that you don't have that orc thing where you're bounced back to 1 HP when you go down?
That's correct. We don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me, what is the death save again? I gotta roll.
It's believe D20. If you roll 10 or higher, you get 1 successful save. If you roll 9 or lower, it's 1 failed save. If you roll natural 1, it's 2 failed saves. If you roll natural 20, you get back up to your feet with 1 health.
All right, 1 fail.
1 fail. Fair enough. Riot.
5, 10, 15. I guess Riot's gonna run up because even though he hates water, I guess he'll move 25 feet here. And he'll Cure Wounds, level 1.
Moving in to save your friends, you reach in to the gelatinous cube. Is it bonus action or an action to cast a spell?
Action.
Action? Unfortunate. Okay. Really? Oh yeah,
Yep.
Healing Word is the other one.
I don't have Healing Word.
Okay. Winston,
and,
you are roused back into consciousness with 12 health.
And Riot will just have to stay there in the water, and he's completely freaking out.
Julie Gullia seems to be it's in your hands. What do you do?
Turn everything, make it work, girl.
Yeah, doing that much, this is something that I don't know if we're going to overcome. I want to at least get him out of there because he's just going to take another 60 points of damage.
Solving quick.
Is it possible to... No, that's an action. He already did it.
Is it possible to what?
I wanted to see if it's, like, possible to, like, tie either rope or do something to get Winston out. That's why I took the grapple hook out.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Would it have been one round before this happening that Riot gets feline reflexes move back, or no?
It's the beginning of a new round.
So Riot would have taken his feline. He would have bolted to take the opportunity of attack. To go back here, he would take an opportunity of attack.
I already did an opportunity attack on Nia, so you're good.
Okay, he would move there.
So you were saying something about a hook and rope, Nick?
Yeah. Excuse me. If I have to move a little bit closer, I mean, I'll take it. Every time you Q shift, it lags the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just don't move back over 30.
But yeah, if I'm able to, and then just kind of like loop it in and tie it, and then still staying where I'm at, and I'm gonna try and get out of there.
Go ahead and tap me a athletics check, and because you are using a rope, you can see it already sort of dissolving, and you'd have to reach into this entity, right, in order to tie it around Winston.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you.
Do we both agree that you have to reach into the creature in order to tie Winston?
Yeah.
Let me see here. A creature within 5 feet of the cube can take an action to pull a creature or object away from the cube. Doing so requires a successful DC 15 strength check, and the creature making the attempt takes acid damage.
Okay, because I wanted to see if I could like try to make like a line, be like, I'm gonna try to pull him out, and I was gonna like disengage, and then have Nia and Riot. I don't know, I'm trying to do too many actions at once, but like all pull together.
This is all one action. You're just, I want to make it clear that in order to do this, you're reaching into the creature, burning your hands with this extreme acid that this creature is made from, tying, and then attempting that strength check all as one action. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. It's a DC 15 strength savings check. And if for any reason you don't have advantage on that, well, work as a team, guys.
You have inspiration.
True.
Yeah, I would add the D8
Bardic
after.
inspiration. Yeah.
See if you need it,
here's
yeah.
Strength. Yeah.
Fuck.
He will save you.
They died 5 feet from
I'm
the
gonna
pipe
use,
entrance to an acid cube.
Oh fuck! I could use the amulet, but I guess I'm gonna have to because it'd be an instant fail. But that sucks. I want to use my reaction for something else.
Just so you know, it's not an instant fail. I do take the 2. Checks, just total whatever total, yeah. The only time it's instant fail is when you go to hit.
I'm just gonna hold the bardic thing because I just at least wanted to get it around him, and then we all pull together. But if I have to do it just myself, then yeah, I won't be able to get him out then. Fuck, I don't have enough to do anything. Knowing I'm in a bad spot and rather have 1 than 2 in there, I'm gonna have to attempt again, but I won't be able to right now, so I'm gonna move back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna need all y'all's help to try and get him out. We can't leave him in there.
So what happened this turn? You attempted that. You took, having ventured into the creature, you took 34 acid damage. Tied a rope around him. Tried natural 2 or whatever, and then didn't retry and bonus action disengaged.
Yes. I'm going to
Oof, okay.
use a reaction and
Uh-huh.
use absorb elements.
To absorb the acid damage. Interesting.
Yeah, so half of it. So I'll take what, 15, 16? What's half of 33? Excuse me, 34.
17.
17 then. All right, I take 17. I'm pretty bloodied.
Nice spell though.
Or at this point.
So end of turn.
Actually, I'll move right here, and then, yeah, that'll be my end of turn.
Oh, okay. Well, good news is he's not dead. Bad news is that after being healed for 12, he takes another 38 acid damage.
But it means his fail counter restarted, so.
True. I mean, interesting. Fair enough. Without
Okay.
targets within its immediate melee range, it moves with Whiston down the tunnel at the top of its speed. Pseudopod reach 5 feet. Okay, your guys are good. That's the end of its turn. Nia.
I think we have like the monster over here too, so we're gonna get squished soon.
Oh yeah, I guess I will
Right.
roll initiative for it as a bonus. Thank you for reminding me.
Riot, how are you doing health-wise? How are your paws?
My paws are fine right now. Don't worry about me. I have a spell that will at least get Winston back up, but
Yeah, I'm doing better with Winston right now, so.
The thing is, Naya doesn't have the health to reach in and cure him again.
well, we didn't get any damage for reaching in and curing him. You got damage from running away.
Yes, because that I figured healer should not be at the front line.
Megan, what are you doing on your turn?
Yeah, what's going on?
So it's really good. I have really good at that, and then I can't use any of those. Naya is literally just going to go here, and she is going to use I'm gonna use her healer's feet on Julia. That is not the correct thing. Why did that not work? Didn't that work properly?
Are you combat healing?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Julia
Sorry,
Gulia?
that did work. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Healer's feet, Julia. Have some nice HP. And she still has that, and she will give Bardic Inspiration to Riot. Go Riot. Go Riot.
Okay. Sir Winston, once again, I ask for your financial support. I ask for your death save.
Don't roll it now.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
Roll
success.
11.
On success, Riot, you are on deck.
Riot will hiss at the fact that he's stepped back in the water. He'll step in and he will grab the little bit of a boot, Winston's boot that's hanging out, and try to pull him out with all his might.
Go for it. It's a DC 15 strength check.
Can I use athletics to pull him? As my strength?
I think it is a sled, yeah.
Okay, I have your 8 inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll a d8. 5. He's out.
Why-
I'm gonna drag him.
Yeah, inspiration is D8, sorry. I heard. I thought inspiration like DM inspiration, sorry.
No, bardic inspiration does me.
Cool, so
It's
you
D8 now.
you pull out
And-
Winston, that happens first, and then you take 96. Acid. After pulling out Winston, you take 30 acid damage.
As a reaction, I'm going to burn absorb element.
Fair enough, taking the lead of Julia Gulia.
Oh, I've used the spell before.
Mhm.
Level 1. Reduce it by 5, meaning I take 25 damage. I'll do that after, and then I'll pull. I have half movement now. I can only move 25, so 5, 10. I'll move back here and bring Winston back here with me. To like there.
You reduce it a full to 15.
Pardon?
You reduce that damage, the 30 you took, to 15.
Oh, 15. Okay, that's even better.
Yeah, it's half your damage, and then when you make your next attack, if you do 5 elemental damage of what you took back to the creature.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be 55, 49.
Dragging
Alrighty.
Winston back. Fair enough.
Julia,
Julia Goya, you hear the whining of the gargantuan creature from behind you as well, the rattling of chain as it pulls upon its collar. It is unable to reach you guys with the one remaining tentacle it has, as that slaps down on the foliage and sewage behind you. What do you do, Big Mama?
I'm going to use a thunder arrow, and I'm going to try to push this thing away to buy some time and get everyone to get Winston up, and we're going to try to make an evac. All right, listen. Well, that's exactly what I just said, but in this voice. All right. We got to get him up on his feet. We got to get out of here. We're not going to handle this just by on our own. We're already taking too much, and we're not going to squeeze past. And then she takes out this, like, big arrow. You see it's got, like, a big, like, netted, like wicker basket, like, end to it. And it's got a little bit of, like, a shape, like a pyramid out at the top. Excuse me, at the tip. And then she's like, all right, you might want to cover your ears. And she's going to rack one. And, yeah, it's got to make a DC 15 dex save. And I want to push it back like it's maximum, 15, back here.
It rolled a 15. Right before I posted the description of the arrow, I posted its roll.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I was looking way too far down. Fuck you piece of shit. Okay, that was one arrow. If I use an arrow of lightning, how far would the charge disperse into water before it, like, doesn't hurt everything? Like,
the entire
range?
The entire range of the water, the entire surface of the water.
Well, everyone's
within
water.
reason, yeah. In this
well,
confinement,
that's what I was
yeah.
gonna say. Like, yeah,
like it won't electrify
arrow,
an ocean, but it will definitely electrify the entire water in I'm gonna say 30 feet, at least.
Oh, okay.
That's
a no-go.
The real question you're asking: will it electrify us? Yes.
Okay, that's what I don't want.
Okay.
Then. Okay. I have this plan. This is 30.
It's not even difficult terrain for you because it's a gargantuan creature.
God damn it. Alright, we're gonna have to get out of here. Then I'm going to use another arrow. Excuse me. Where did I put it? I guess I didn't charge it. Anyways, I'm down one arrow. I'm going to use an arrow of... Ooh, fuck. I don't think I bought those.
Arrow of fire, arrow of ice, arrow of lightning, arrow of fog, arrow of thunder.
Thunder, fire, ice, and extinguish. Oh, +2 arrow of darkness. I just didn't put them in. I have another arrow of darkness. I'm going to drop my grapple hook. That's about 50 feet. I'm going to drop the heavy end with Nia, give it to her. I'm going to say, I want you to follow this out. We're going to need to try and get out of here as best as we can, but we can't make it past this creature. I'm going to shoot an arrow of darkness and blind this area here so we can try to escape.
It explodes out.
And then I'm going to leave that. I'm going to take the other end of the rope. And I'm going to go 20, 30, bonus action, disengage. $35. And that'll put me there. And then I want them to follow that rope. And that's my whole turn.
Okay. The gargantuan cube then moves up to its speed. Nia, it is a pseudopodic outreach toward you with one of its tentacle-like for 20 to hit for 27 acid damage. And then it's your turn.
Cool. Naya will use her healer's feet on Winston. We go Winston, 17, and you be up, my man. And then she's going to use her movement to follow the hook. Follow the hook. 5, 10, 15, 20. I don't like being that close. Does that count as 30 over here?
Yep.
Like being right beside this thing when I only has 5 health.
End of turn.
Yeah, because I already used an action. So.
Sir Winston. Back in the action.
Okay. But I've been out of contact. So, Riot, what's going on?
You've been in acid for a few moments here, and we are running because everybody's almost dead, and we're almost out of spell slots.
It's bad we're running.
Right. So, follow the rope.
Follow the rope is probably the
Follow
best
the
bet.
rope. Follow the rope. I will take. We'll take that advice. Grab hold of whatever rope I can find, and 1, 2. Could definitely get over here easily.
Sure. Action disengaging.
Yeah, definitely disengaging. Yes.
Neat. Cool, yo. With 40 feet of move speed, you get there. Riot 10.
Riot, is it 10 feet? Can he hit me if I don't move? If I don't disengage? Am I in the gelatinous cube's reach?
Oh, you saw the reach is like 5 feet. Whenever it
Okay,
reached out with
then-
the pseudopods. Yeah.
I'll move 20 feet here. Right here. I'm in the darkness right now, holding the rope. And
Jelly.
that will be my turn.
The jelly cube, it
Oh, no, wait, that's movement. I
Whoa.
can move there. And then I got my action. I can move. That'd be this square. Is it rough terrain?
It's not rough terrain. This creature is about many times your size. You can move beneath its trampling feet as it's stumbling around, blinded by the fog.
20. I'll move here. And I'll be bringing up the rope as I'm running.
Action dash.
Yeah.
Cool. The Otyog will make a disadvantageous blind tentacle strike against Ryan.
Miss.
Missing. Otyog's turn will make a disadvantageous, still blind attack against Julia Gulia for a natural 1. Would have been 27 otherwise. So your fog is doing you some work there. It is going to go ahead and roll intelligence check to see if it's stumbling around confused or if it's following the noise. No, it's going to follow the noise. Okay, fair enough. It's going to go ahead and use its movement to step out of the cloud. In its confusion, it will grant both Sir Winston, Julia Gulia, and Nia an opportunity for opportunity attacks if you so wish to take them.
I have my bow. Oh, no, I can't use it. Well, at disadvantage. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just take it at disadvantage.
It's whenever it leaves your melee reach, so you can use it.
Oh, alright. Then
I believe so. Can you make opportunity attacks with bows? Good question.
I think you need to make a melee attack.
Well, he has his weapon.
It's leaving. Yeah, but I have the bow in hand. It's a 2-hand. I can't change it out.
If you only have ranged weapons, you cannot make opportunity attacks. Oh well.
All right.
Naya
No.
with her rapier at a 22 for 4 damage.
Sounds good.
I'm not going to attack it. I'm trying to not be noticed.
Okay.
It already
And
does.
Julie Gilly, you have no melee weapon? You're not attacking? Because
No, I have a melee weapon, but I can't store it, take out my weapon, because that's already action right there to hit it, and then store it, take my bow back out.
In that case, it's the top of the round. Your turn.
Okay. Just a little further. We're almost there. I can see the light. Still holding onto the cord and still guiding, just to get him out. Bonus action disengage still. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35. Rounding the corner, making sure it's good. Actually, no. Well, so this was 30. This will be 35. Around the corner. Excuse me. Bonus action disengage, everything. I will shoot 2 arrows at the beast just to try to get it to fuck off. Let's just do normal shots. And this will be normal. 29 and 17 to hit.
All hit.
16 total.
16 total. You send it back, reeling. Scared into its pile.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 19.
19? Scouty boy. 1 second, let me see here. D20 plus what? 2. Versus a 19, I don't. No way am I not gonna succeed. No, natural 20. Never mind. Unfortunate.
This bitch rolling natural 20s all night.
Yeah. The cube moves at the top of its speed.
Fuck.
It uses its.
If it's something,
Huh?
if it's something in my range of seeing, because I can see 120 feet in the dark, I have a 23 perception.
Good to know. I'll handle that on your turn. The cube's gonna use its action to dash. Nia, it's your turn.
No. No. Imagine it's con. Did it attack me?
It didn't attack, it just dashed.
Whoa. Okay, Nia. Nia is getting the fuck out. Actually, give me 1 check.
This is just like descending into the dark abyss of the Underdark in Baldur's Gate.
Nice.
Immediately see our whatever creature.
So, and that's... Okay. So, to just... Naya is going to run.
Action disengaging.
Yes, because I can't afford for her to take damage.
It is still blinded by the fog. It has disadvantage on its attack. I'm giving you the full knowledge here.
I want to use my action for something else.
Sounds good. Where are you running?
6. Okay. Yeah, and then... in the middle. I am going to, since I have my beautiful cape on,
Do you use the spell of the cape? Dimension door. Choose a spot 300 feet away from you, and you are free to teleport to that location.
yeah, and I reach my hand out and I say, Winston, take my hand. We're getting out of here.
Don't tell me twice.
And we use Dimension Door and we go as far as Nia can see, which is way over.
Say it out loud. You have to instruct the cape. How far and in which direction?
We are going. Oh, need to do some measuring. We're gonna go 50 feet
That way.
south, southeast. I'm gonna assume that we're in cardinal directions here. Well, yeah.
Easily done.
Okay.
Leaving behind a puff of smoke in your wake. Alright, anything else on your
Hey,
turn?
run!
Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Sir Winston, to follow up.
Would, after being this bloodied, I would use all of my lay on hands to heal myself 40 points.
I use my turn to touch myself.
Yep. I'm gonna sing that song while I do it. Just over here, touching myself.
There's a fucking rotting corpse in the corner.
For his healer beside him, who's
Just went through a
literally
dimension
has,
door.
like,
gonna touch
not a single
myself.
scale that's not bloody.
Please don't do that. Don't speak 2 inches from your mic. It like peaks my recording. Okay, fair enough. So Winston, use your paladine powers to heal yourself back to relative fighting stance. Still have your whole turn. Yeah.
That'll take an action. I know I'm not moving, so I'm good. It's my turn.
Okay. Riot,
Run.
Yes.
it's your turn.
I will move 25, 30. I'll move just behind Julia Gulia. And do I see anything?
You said your passive perception is what? Does it beat
23.
it? 23 bits it with the 22, even with my natural 20 I rolled. You see a pair of glinting eyes in the darkness over yonder by this crate, where a giant cat-sized rat is staring at you, peering onto the torch that Julia Gula has left on the ground. And through your innate druidic senses, you can sort of tell that it's as if it's beckoning you to follow it. It turns around, turns to look back at you, and then back into the darkness through the grates. Those eyes, too intelligent for rats.
And it's beckoning us.
Yes. This thing.
That's
And-
trustworthy for sure.
I don't know about that one.
With, like, exposed ribcage rat?
Yeah. Exposed ribcage, the lower jaw is all fucked up and bloodied, but it's beckoning you to follow it in the grate. On the other hand, you have the silhouette out of the fog approaching our two kaijus, essentially, the giant Oshog and the gelatinous cube, so there's always the way back, too. But that's what you see.
I really want to come back here to retrieve my drift globe because I'm very sad.
A lot of us are too fucked up. I don't think we have enough supplies to even push forward, though.
Maybe when we come back, we try this great area.
I'd say that's a
Instead-
better plan.
We can always try a long rest with Tiny Hut.
We'll have to think of something. But let's, for right now, just save our own asses. Let's get back up there.
Sure, I guess we're all going to leave this area for now. To rest for 8 hours after this.
So you flee.
I guess we're going to have to, yeah.
It's your turn. You tell me what
Yeah,
you're doing on your
we're
turn.
fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Move as far as you can flee, yeah.
I can't move. I did max movement anyways.
Fair enough. The
Um,
Oshog is going to go ahead and move up to its movement speed.
Did it break its chains?
No, it's where it's standing. The chain is taut, so it moves as far as it can before the chain just kind of just pulls it back,
No, I thought it was
stopping
just
there.
20. Okay.
It
I
is
thought
it is just 20.
pseudo 20 move. Okay.
So
No, it said 30, so I was like, oh wait, I thought I had 20 chains.
20 foot.
Perhaps we could
Yeah.
let the acid cube run into this fucking creature, and the two kaijus can battle it out.
Yeah, let them do that. I don't have a. Well, I could. I could try pushing it back with another arrow.
So if that was a right, all that Right could do on his turn after that passive investigative check, it is gonna be a tentacle strike against you, Julia Gulio, for 16 to hit.
Fail.
Fails to land on you, and you are not within reach of its bite. With its limited telepathy, you can hear the womanly cry, now sort of like reverberating, and it's a little fucked up in its choral, like crying, wishing for you to come back to let it out of the pile, but you're not falling for it. That being said, it's stopped around. I'm still running turns, but if you want to flee, you can flee at full speed.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we're all going to be able to flee. Or,
You doctor have to finish it.
you know what? Wait, 5, 10.
I say we wait this one out.
Backwash at that point.
We're
You're
picking up
fucked
what
So no.
Megan, we're picking up
Who's
what you're saying
talking?
there. Yeah.
What is happening?
That's not me.
What the fuck is it? Oh, it's on right
that's
side.
It sounded like you for a moment.
It wasn't me, I promise.
I
So,
believe you.
Nick, what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use my last arrow. I'm going to push this thing back, and hopefully the cube will try to eat it. So, fuck, a little tight, but I'm going to try to get a shot like just underneath it, try to like push it back. And I'll use the thunder arrow.
DC 15 strength. 13 fails.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Boom.
thank you.
It's pushed back like 15 feet into the fog. It did not fail by 5 more, so it did not land prone, but it is pushed back.
Yeah. Then after that, it'd be like, look, let the cube handle it. Maybe we should just get the fuck out of here for now. Let's regroup.
Well, let's ensure that they interact with each other before we flee.
If you want, I can stay back. I got a little bit of fighting spirit, thanks to Nia's help. But yeah, if anything, I'll move back at least a little bit to see it from around the corner. But after this, I'm gonna get ready to flee.
Sounds good. Jonathan's cube moves up to its full movement, still sort of illuminated by the light of the orb inside it. It moves into the chamber and then begins to engulf the monstrous form of the Oakjog within its form. You can see it sort of enveloping it from behind. Surprised that the monster struggles a little bit and gets like more and more engulfed and more stuck inside the form. And you can already hear the sizzle of acid as the creature takes damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you see how that feels. It hurts.
Nia. Unable to contain the creature, actually. I'm going to say this. Unable to contain the creature because it is not size large or smaller. It's not going to be completely involved. It's still going to take the acid damage, but it's going to like spew it out and end its turn not on its space. Unfortunate. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Mia.
No worries. We don't want these guys moving any further and pursuing us. Though it was kind of strange that like it did move onto the other creature. Don't want them coming after us. So Naya will take out her Bandor and cast Entangle.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get some drawing. And we like a rectangle, and it's
I can't engulf big ass creatures. I can only sit upon them. So fix the damage on that. You cast Entangle on the ground, sprouting it in front of the Oakjog.
I'm like
Yep.
Oh, she put it on the 2, yeah.
Yep.
I like it this way. I don't know why I went gray like that.
For me. For me to grab. Cool. Because you put them like on the tokens, and that's not comfortable for me to grab if I need it.
Okay.
So it's there.
It's a strength save, DC 15, or they are entangled.
The gelatinous cube melts away the vines, but the larger of the two creatures seems to be entangled in your vines. Yeah.
And then we said we wanted to run away, yeah, so Naya is gonna start eating. Bye.
Yeet.
Sir Winston to follow.
I'm gonna stand right here, right where I am, and I want to ensure that the two of these monstrosities continue battling it out.
Do you do anything on your turn aside from that?
No, I'm not gonna move. Now, if this, the beast here, whatever this is, if it, oh, there we go. If it continues to move in our direction, I might consider pushing it back into the gelatinous cube. But at the moment, no, I'm not doing anything. Maybe next round.
Right. Your turn, Will.
Alrighty. So to ensure they're fighting, Riot at 60 feet is going to, at this point, is going to cast Wither and Bloom. And I've always never actually used the full part of this spell. I'll ask Naya if you want to roll one of your hit die to get some health back. You can do that through this spell.
Leo, yay.
And then I'll cast damage on it because he's already destroying Entangle. It'll kill the little bit of roots by where the cube is. But he's already burned it away, so Wither and Bloom, Wither and Bloom. It takes 12 damage otherwise, and it fails. The con save.
So just takes the
12.
12.
No. It's the cube, not this thing. The cube.
Cool. So what did I roll there? I rolled
You rolled the 15.
I know I rolled a 15, but what did I roll on the dice? 8.
An 8.
8 plus the con of the cube will be 8 plus 5. 13.
So it fails, yeah.
Taking 12 necrotic damage?
Yep.
Anything else?
Or Dark Tide.
And not knowing and thinking that we'll do everything right, we'll hold his position currently to see if anything happens from that.
I'm gonna read the rest of the spell because I feel like there's more to it.
Any
have a
foliage
question.
within 10 feet of the radius is destroyed.
Or half damage on
the
success.
entanglement.
Cool. Sounds good.
Oh, it's non-magical meditation, never mind.
Okay, so the Otyog is restrained, I believe.
Actually, question. It says, in addition, one creature of your choice in that area can spend and roll. Is it in that area where it was casted?
Yeah, of course. In the 10
Yeah, it says
foot
it can
radius.
use one of its unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points, blah, blah,
Correct.
blah. But then how does Nia benefit from that?
She doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh. I
It's
misread.
okay, easily fixed.
A creature in that area, when you cast, will succeed in the save or be restrained by entangling roots. A creature can make a strength. Okay, cool. The Otyog makes a strength check against the entangling roots. Try to get out of them, rolling a 7.
Fail.
Fuck you, Otyog.
Okay, fair enough. And that is as an action, correct? Creature can use action. Oh, unfortunate. Julia Gulia.
Alright, look, I'm gonna help speed this process up, but we're fucking bleeding here, and I don't think we have a way to deal with this cube, but I'm gonna shoot the Odiok with 2 arrows, and...
I believe it is pronounced Otya.
Otia! And then after that, I'm going up the ladder. Fuck it, let's just do sharpshooter. I should just add it in, like how you said, that damage.
It's your call.
Okay. 1, 20 and 18. Fuck yeah.
2018 both hit.
38 total.
This creature's thick-hided but very large. For a was it 38?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. How's my boy looking here? Let me check. Oh yeah, he's definitely looking rough. You can see a green ichor blood seeping through. He's looking roughed up. Alrighty then.
Yeah, after that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Look, we can poke our heads back down when we get back here, but let's maybe take the next hour and regroup while we can.
So Julie, you go through the ladder, and as you're running, and the rest of the group, as they're peering down the hole, you hear this awful like as the cube just pseudopods, 1, 2, 3 pseudopods wrapping themselves around the creature and just completely enveloping the creature, just killing it with the acid damage, and then quickly shredding it to pieces small enough to fit it within the cube. And the Oakjok is dead.
Well, we did one duty, but maybe we need to go get a flamethrower.
The Gargantuan cube is going to move at the top of its speed forward. At the top of its 50-foot movement, let's go. Nia Belheim.
Yeah, Nia just gonna. She's mad dashing it for the ladder, and that's only. There's only 10 feet to get here, so can she climb up the ladder now?
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he can escape if you so wish. Sir Winston. Sir Winston is muted.
Yeah, I think he had a phone call. I could hear his ringer.
I can go to Wright's turn first.
Might be work. Yeah.
Right, we'll head out. Go up the ladder.
Fair enough. In that case, as you guys flee with the sounds of the Oakjok being absorbed into the cube, I'm going to call this a successful escape. We can take a short break here until Sir Winston is back with us. And
yeah, let's do that.
Recuperate. Yeah. Interesting.
I'm going to grab some water.
The last you see is the torch that you dropped on the ground extinguish itself. And we will pick up from here in just a moment.
Oh, I got some leftover bacon.
Nice. I'll be right back then. I'll get some water and check who's knocking on my door.
Crews get down on their hands and knees to do anything that angry foreman please. Say way-o, the dust did blow. Say way-o, the silver it glows. But the foreman he's under the Duke's greedy thumb, making them miners work till they're numb. They pull out that silver and make that man rich, and come home broke and faces black as pitch. Say way-o, the dust did
Dusted clothes.
Hey, I'm back. I had
Clothes.
emergency phone call I had to take. Anything I need to know?
Nah, we bailed.
You bailed? Okay, cool. What happened with the
Died.
big boy fight?
It died.
Which one?
I put the monster, the
Okay,
trash monster.
trash monster died.
I
We
put
gotta
a
worry
couple-
about. Yeah.
I was gonna say I put a couple arrows into it, weakened it. It got eaten up. Then as we were rounding the corner and we were all trying to leave, it got swallowed and eaten. And dead.
Know that there's some sort of ooze in there. I gotta go with.
Yeah, that thing healthy. I don't think I've ever faced a ooze ever in playing D&D.
Oh, was it first?
Oh, hummus and tortilla chips? Fuck me up.
In my humble opinion, it's not even hard to face those things. It's just a matter of how efficient combat is, I suppose. If people are giving me opportunity to sort of absorb somebody and keep them inside me and keep dealing damage to them, then it's definitely going to be a harder fight than if people work together to get people out and then keep a distance and all that. Yeah, but oozes are scary. I agree. It's especially hard when you don't get first few turns, especially when you get surprised by walking into something that's invisible underwater.
That was the worst part of it.
Yeah, I rolled high.
You're
Yeah.
right. I couldn't do nothing. I was just a helpless floating body.
It's why you're not a lone hero. Lone heroes die. It's probably what happens to a lot of solo adventures out there. They have need of party who can.
Did anyone actually, at some point, try to attack it with a weapon?
I don't think so.
No.
Because he swallowed Winston whole, and after taking 60 damage, I was like, oh Jesus, we gotta get our boy out.
That's metagaming.
Well, 60 damage meaning like, dude, he's unresponsive, he ain't moving.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
fuck,
bad. We're running. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
He's like starting to disintegrate at the edges.
Like,
Slowly.
I've taken many a blow, but me being frozen in a gelatinous cube and then going poof dead, that's noteworthy.
That'd be quite a way to go.
Maybe you'll develop a fear of gelatinous oozes.
I mean, who knows? I was surprised when my dragon was mid-critted for more than half its health. That's how swinging the dice can get sometimes. Fun stuff.
Yeah, you have like 3 or 4 natural 20s already.
So I'm rolling the same dice you guys are. I'm more than happy to roll
No, I'm not saying anything, I'm just
live
saying,
dice. Yeah.
People roll well. People roll
Yeah.
bad sometimes.
I mean, mine at Jesh fight, I rolled shit dice. I reviewed that.
Yeah,
that
I was
whole,
about to say, karma's gonna come back.
I reviewed that entire fight, and I did not land a single one of my abilities. That's just how it goes. I was playing Baldur's Gate, surrounded by like 30 fucking skeletons in this one instant, and like I would say maybe 25 of the skeletons missed. It was hard to watch. I was like, this is what level 8 feels like. Yeah. Are we all back, by the way? Are we waiting for somebody at this point?
Is Will back?
Is everybody back?
I'm saying, I think everybody's back, yeah. Cool, yo. So, with music back, that back, you guys are right above the sewers. Fleed, what do you wish to do?
Well, that's not what I expected down there.
No, that's not what I expected either. It fucking still smells, and I think I got some of that water in my mouth. Ugh.
Just go sniff your handkerchief. It still smells.
Well, I've got a little bit of a good sweetness to it, but oh man, I wasn't expecting that earlier. Winston, man, you were almost gone. I thought we almost lost you there. And I tried to get you, but it was just too much for me. I'm not really built. Athletics ain't really my thing.
I was the one that pulled you out there, Winston.
Well, I certainly appreciate everybody's effort. Thank you, Riot, for pulling me out of whatever in the world that was. I don't believe I encountered such a foul creature. But for a moment, I was walking. I thought I knew where I was going, and then I got stuck. And then lights out. That's the little I remember.
Yeah, such as like myself and the other creatures out there rely on camouflage, but hell, that thing sits in the middle of the open and you can't even see it. Yeah, that's a technique right there. But
Well, unless it manages to disintegrate a magical item. At least it glows now. Because Naya kind of looks down a little bit, a little distraught. We didn't manage to retrieve back my drift globe.
well, it's gonna pay. But until then, I didn't have the chance to because we were fleeing already. I mean, maybe fire might do something against it. Acid, I don't know, but it's hard to say. One thing I did know, it doesn't move very fast. So if we can keep it at range, or the term I like to call it, kiting it around, it always stays behind
My term,
us.
I invented it. OP, don't steal.
Hey, look, I'm gonna run it down mid, okay?
Gank it.
I've never heard these strategic words. Please.
Oh, honey, look,
continue.
there's top, there's bottom, there's jungle, there's.
I used to be part
mid,
of this, like, how you would say it, a League of Legends, little mercenary
Yeah,
group,
that's
and we had our own
exactly what we
little
were known
lingo.
as. In the League of Legends, everyone wants to be great. Fuck, I should have done that. That would have been fucking funny.
Or we
Yeah.
can go through that sewer grate next time.
I'm sorry, say again?
Or we can go through the sewer grate again next time.
Yeah, I just hope that bastard isn't sitting at the bottom waiting for us, and as soon as we go down the ladder and plop right in him.
Well, depending, even though it was dead, there's a chance that there was a good force behind it. Even though it looked a little freaky. It's always a possibility.
Well, the big thing is that do we want to take time? We're a little beat up. People can use a little bit of restoration, with their gods, or being able to manipulate the magic that they do. I myself am a little spent. Do we want to take the day? I mean, if we do that, taking the whole day to get what we need, rest, be full and fit, well, we're leaving a lot of people down there hanging.
It doesn't do them any good either if we die.
That
30
too.
feet from the door.
I hate to say it, but I do need to rest up. I thought I was ready to dive in and help those in need, but I didn't even get 60 steps down there before I was pulled out of something. So maybe rest is the best for us to actually help everybody down there.
And I know that'll allow Riot to re-equip himself.
Yeah, and Julian here can clean his pants.
Yeah. Shit himself a little bit.
Totally. He totally did. Look at you, Julian.
Naya casts
Guy can't defend
prestidigitation in his
himself.
way. Try to get some smell off him.
It's freaking embarrassing, Julian.
He's gonna come back and be like, Julian, you shit your pants, by the way. He's like, what the fuck?
He's gonna watch this video to catch up, and it's just us ragging on him the whole time.
I'm saying everything in good fun. That he didn't really shit his pants. I'm not gonna do that to a character. But
It's even worse. Somebody else shit his pants because you were in the sewers.
no.
One of the guards walks by here. The door to the kitchen just closes it because they're like, before you guys come out.
Well,
Riot's gonna make everything in here smell like flowers.
Fair enough. So what's a good consensus? Do you guys wish to do a long rest?
Yeah.
And Riot wants to go and go to Gilmore and see if he wants these mushrooms.
Sure. Sounds good. If that's a group consensus, we can do that.
is there any known tinkerers in here? In the city? Known tinkerers? Like, can we buy a flamethrower? I feel like that would be really good in the sewer. you know, a flaminverfer. It verfs flames.
Let me see what I have here. You can give. You can come with Riot and see what you can find. You spend the rest of your day from the late afternoon onwards searching for a Flaminwaffe and the price on those mushrooms. Riot, most of the merchants, including Gilmore, will be able to take those mushrooms off your hands. I believe I did have a listing price for them. Let me see. Foraging for fungi in the sewers. Drug and egg sell for 20 gold pieces a handful, which is what you have. 20 GP.
I'll definitely sell them for 20 GP.
Sounds
and
good.
I'll tell Gilmore that I'll keep an eye out for more.
Thanks, honey. Sounds good. In terms of what's in the store, if you are curious, here is... I did post it in RP chat, actually. It's right here. A little short in stock, and I will post this in chat as well. Might as well. Of just what is in store. Nick, I don't think they would have Flaminwaffe available to be crafted within a day. You could probably get like a circuit of scorching, which is like sort of sending out scorching rays. You can get a fireball wand, something along those lines.
How much for the fireball?
Bombs, fireball wand, eh? Let me see. Because you have money now. I wasn't prepared for shopping, so just bear with me.
No, you're fine. I was gonna drop it because I was gonna bring up Thane again. I could be like, oh, maybe Thane has something, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm not gonna dump that. Like,
Please
maybe
don't.
he has an old antique. Maybe he's got a Flaminverfer. But if we have a 1 to fireballs, that's fine.
Yeah, you got 32,000 pieces on you.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, more, sweetie. Look, you're a doll. I can't fucking afford that. I'd have to take a second mortgage out.
There's a lot of very
probably
useful
pretty
ones. They just the more destructive ones are in the operations. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't have that kind of money. I don't even have a lot of money to begin with, so that's fine. We'll find ways. We can just get some alchemist fire.
The arrow bombs. Yeah.
How much is alchemist fire? Like 50? Man, everybody playing Starfield.
Potion of fire breath is $150. Gold. Necklace of fireballs. Oh, necklace of. Oh, those will be useful. 1 bead would cost you 300.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But they're one time.
We had no. We had beads and then we sold them, and I'm not gonna buy them back. Fuck no.
No, the beats haven't been sold.
You have
You
like
guys
two,
keep
right?
finding magical shit and selling it. That's on you guys.
Okay.
I still have 2.
There we go.
There you go.
Fucking
Use this
throw
too.
them at them fuckers.
Throw it at that fucker.
Well, I couldn't last time because Winston was dead inside.
Yeah, he gets a little crispy. He'll be fine.
I'm the bane of the entire party. I get it. Always down.
We
It's the curse
can.
of
Your words, not mine. Yeah.
They were my words.
No, I'm good then. I don't have anything. Actually, I'm just gonna restock on arrows for what we said. 2,
Oh, yeah.
2, 60, 120.
Nice.
It's 180.
Gonna get an extra healer's kit. That's 5 gold?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. How do you guys propose that we deal with this and get around it? We can just make a mad dash, but if the thing is right there, we're not gonna all scramble through that pipe very quickly.
I propose that we check it out. Make sure that we can get to. I believe I was awake. Yes, I was a little hazy, but there was something about Riot and a weird-looking giant rat, and the two of them had some sort of communion. But I believe that Riot. Is there not another way around that whole corridor?
No, that didn't seem like there was any way besides going through the sewer grate. And the really disgusting looking rat just looked at me and, with its intelligent eyes, beckoned me to follow.
A different route than we had gone.
Yes, it's through the sewer to the straight ahead. Instead of going straight ahead and past the weird ass creature and the cube, we could have just gone through the grate and we couldn't avoid them.
So it makes sense to me. Let's scope it out, see if we can make it there, and if we can, great. However, if that man-eater cube is there, then maybe we can come up with a plan. But no sense in trying to figure it out now. Let's just see if we can hurry on down there. There are people that need us.
I thought you said
That's
you
my
wanted to
vote.
take a long rest.
I'm assuming that we're talking about this over the long rest.
Don't.
Okay, so we are-
Don't, because I'm still waiting for you guys to decide what you guys do after shopping.
What?
So are we all sleeping tonight?
That is me talking to Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then if it's good for everyone else, it's good for me.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Let's see here.
Or we just seal up the entrances and just leave everything down there to its own end.
We have to go down there and to wipe out the cult, but we can find a different way of getting around that cube. There was a marking on the wall that said the serpent that way.
Over the course of this rest,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say we can try to go find someone who knows how to deal with oozes. We have the library, and they have a wealth of knowledge.
Sure.
We just pop our head in real quick. Like, hey, who knows anything about these oozes?
Oozes come in many forms. Says the bookkeeper Kim. If you are looking to vanquish a specific species, I can perhaps see what we can unveil here in the libraries. Do you know a specific species of the ooze? Black, yellow, gelatinous, of the transparent kind?
Clear gelatinous cube.
Well, from very limited interactions of those that survived among the Allegiance Vault sites, I can tell you this much. It seems that they are blind beyond a certain range, able to sense, passively, so to speak, around them, but possessing no eyes, they rely purely on their sense of blind sight around them. Outrun them enough, and they will give up chase. Other than that, slaying one is like slaying any other living thing. Enough slashes to its body and it's down.
Is there any listed weaknesses to any elements like fire or
Not that I can see, no.
no? Okay.
I would have figured a blade would have been passed through it, almost like, butter.
It might melt off if it's of a mundane nature, but magical protection does prevent such effects.
Well, that means it can take shots from my arrow, so good enough for me then.
Thank you for keeping the city streets clean from pests.
Ah, you're very welcome. Look, Winston, actually no, everyone. I ain't got nothing else. So if we want to go sleepy Betty by time, that'd be fine.
Sleep on it.
We're fucked up.
Sounds to me like nobody else has anything else to do aside from research and a little bit of shopping. That done, go ahead and rule your long rests. Everybody but Winston, you roll up your health, but you recover only a quarter of your hit dice, not half. Everybody but Winston. You wake up in the morning feeling unwell, fatigue, cramps, just your whole body aching, feeling unwell. At the end of your long rest, whenever you recover a quarter of your hit dice, not half, like as usual, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Everyone?
Everybody but Winston.
Okay.
Rolls con?
Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay, cool.
If I'm around Winston, it would be a 15.
Oof.
That is your
I'll re-roll
role-playing
that.
narrative, as I call it. Okay.
I'd be sharing probably the
Okay.
same room with Winston. We're the guys.
So
I would
then,
not be, but I am going to re-roll and use a charge already.
sure.
Fuck.
Did you recharge as a dot, so you still have the 5 there? Neat.
That
Okay.
looks better.
So, over the course of, breakfast, as you guys are getting ready for the day, regaining your strength, you feel better. Julie Gulia, that sickness remains with you. You gain 1 level of exhaustion. Just off the bat in the morning. And you're still feeling that unwell. Like just unwellness plaguing you.
My tummy hurts.
Yeah. Something you've picked up in the sewers.
That was a little bit of water.
Got cholera. Ugh.
I have dysentery.
You waste 3 hours in the morning just in the washrooms. Anyways, that being said, that is the morning. If you wish to pick up on your quest, you can right away.
Alright, how's you feeling? My tummy's upset and I don't feel very good, but I can push on.
I'm good.
Yeah, how you feeling? You still kicking, girl?
I'm okay. I wish there were something better I could do for you. If you want, I can resend your scarf for you to make it a little
I'm gonna need
calming.
it. Yeah, please. I want the same one I had last time.
Yeah, she uses prestidigitation on Big Mama's scarf, scenting it as jasmine and what was it? Jasmine and something water.
I think it was like white tea or something. I
Yeah,
don't
white
know.
tea and jasmine. There you go.
I had a candle that was like that, and it was awesome. So I want that.
You have that, at least for comfort.
So,
Or
how's everybody feeling this morning?
Well, I said my tummy's upset. And I don't feel very well. But I can still push on. What about you? You looking still a little green. Not because your skin color. I'm just saying, like, you know.
I took correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but I took that as everything you described was the entire party. So Winston had a normal long rest.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're fine. Your paladin powers
Yeah.
keep you nice and healthy.
Oh,
I'm
never
good.
mind.
Everybody else.
and then everyone else only recovered a quarter of their missing hit dice.
Yeah, because on a long rest you recover half. But everybody but Winston recovered a quarter, yes.
Quarter. I have 8 hit dice. I had 5 of them, so I recover 1.
2. I'll be kind.
So each of you don't seem to be feeling that well.
I feel fine.
All right.
Ryan didn't use any hit dice, so he has full hit dice still.
Sounds good.
I feel good for going down there. I felt maybe it was there's sickness down there. It could be the mushrooms that affected the little spore or sprout. There's a lot of dirt and disease down there in the sewers, so I mean, perhaps the reason why the serpent people were running away had something to do with the air that was down there.
Oh, true. I had forgotten. I've been bestowed with the gift of immunity to diseases, but I haven't been afflicted by such ailments in quite a while. But come here, Big Mama. Let me give you a little helping hand. I want to try to use lay on hands to remove a disease.
Okay, as you do so, a little bit of that green brownish vapor just offs itself off Julia Gulia's skin and evaporates away. You're feeling a sense of elevation a little bit. The headache and the cramps and the fatigue going away ever so slightly, but not completely. The exhaustion I gave you stays, but via the paladine powers bestowed by Winston's Oath, you're cured of disease. You no longer have sewer plague.
Sewer plague?
Sewer plague.
Jeez.
We're gonna need level 4 hazmat suits.
You guys went in like toes to head in sewage water.
Oh man, I didn't think about that when I was just describing. Yeah, I'm gonna walk through this entire covered pipe. It didn't quite.
For what it was worth, you were a Chad all the while.
Yeah.
You sure did brave the
With
depths.
pride, super pride. Anyway,
Oh, Winston, roll for beard. Rule the 100.
Ooh.
If you roll 50 or above, your beard becomes even more dwarf-like.
yes, I love it. Let's do this. Ah,
You wake up, there's a few gray hairs, you're like, no.
no, I just got this.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, you get a load of your portents, your celestial, starry night omens and such for the day.
Wheel. So
Yeah.
positive.
Cool. Fortune is foretold. Would you like to re-venture back into the sewers, or?
Yeah, I'm good for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
Are you using the same entry point as before?
I would say yes. And then we just
Yeah.
go back towards the bars.
Sounds good. Wasting no time then. We have
I just gotta double check spells.
Sir Winston, Julia Gulia, Riot, and Nia Belheim.
Does anybody see that ooze?
Get a 10-foot pole and stick it down there and see if it corrodes.
If you're using the same entry point as before, that'll be from the house, from the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I have
Yeah.
a javelin. I'll hold the javelin out front. As I walk forward, just looking for that tip to start sizzling.
okay. You walk ahead toward the T section. Still the fungal remains of that one corpse, the grates ahead of you, with a little, small passage ahead. Around the corner, the alcove lies empty. You can see rusted chains and a dissolved collar in the muck. All that remains from the Ocha. The way is clear. In the far distance, those green mushrooms are glowing in their mist. You hear the dripping of water in the distance. The way seems clear.
Hey, just one question. Before we go on, do you want to slowly move up, see if the slime's there? And if the slime's not there, let's open up this grate here, but I wouldn't mind harvesting some more of those mushrooms up there for Gilmore.
No
Let's
offense,
come back
sweetie, but we're kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
Pushing our luck with that.
We got people who need us, right?
All right, on the
Think
way
of-
back.
Think of the people.
You can take 5 seconds if you want.
The children. You got 5 seconds.
Children.
1, 2,
Right, will
3.
move up down here slowly.
Yeah, you missed
Take
it. Let's get
Take his
straight.
5 seconds.
Alright, without having to roll perception, you can see a glow from beneath the waters in the other pipe, the bend pipe, over here. And you can see beneath the waters the sure glow of a slightly more diminished drift globe. The sunlight spell sort of expired, but it's passive sort of glow still there beneath the waters.
I think the drift globe's slowly dying, but the thing is back over there. Riot will move up to the here and start getting a bunch of mushrooms.
Describe to me what you're doing. You're stepping into the green mist. What you're seeing around you is a different kind of mushroom, not the same dragon egg kind. They are your size, up to your midriff, up to your height, in varying sizes, bioluminescent.
Okay. Riot's gonna pull out his book, flip through it real quick to see if he can find anything comparing to these mushrooms.
Advantageous nature check, please.
Advantage nature check.
It's always better to be cautious rather than reach
22.
out. 22. Cool. So you detect spores in the air, tiny motes of fungi matter that glow a soft, luminescent green. You track the source of the spores to this colony of large-sized green mushrooms, each as tall as you, as described. They sort of quiver and burble at your approach, as if able to sense your presence. These are bibberbangs, so named for their toxic and highly flammable spores. Tread very carefully. A single spark will cause an explosion capable of collapsing the tunnel upon which you and your companions find yourselves.
Can you copy and paste that over into the chat so I can put it into my little herbology area?
Yeah, for sure. You're having a little book there. Here you go.
I'm gonna make one. Yeah. I still got the air something somewhere else, and that's called a quiver something.
Oh yeah, just this general description of here you go. They quiver at your presence. Yeah.
Quiver mushrooms.
Bibberbangs.
Bibberbangs. Riot very carefully will actually take out a vial and do go to the very bottom using some like tweezers to hold the higher part of the mushroom, clip the bottom, and then slowly shave off bits of the mushroom so it would actually go into like the spores will actually fall into the alchemist vial, and he will keep it as like a mini fireball.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
23.
23.
That's a stealth.
Yeah.
That's stealth. Whoops.
Dude, what's your bonus on sleight of hand? Is it 5? It's 2.
That's 2.
So 23 minus 3 is 20.
It's 21.
Right. Fun.
Rolled a nat 20 for my loan by accident.
Well, you can't roll dice twice
I know.
and take the higher of the two. Which is why I'm just taking the... Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Failed?
Yeah. As you handle the mushroom and you go to carefully remove it, it senses your proximity and quivers and releases a puff.
21.
You're not carrying any open flames on you, right?
No.
21. You manage to shield your face away from the puff and close your eyes. You only take 20 poison damage as you step away and cough away the toxic spores.
Alright, Ryan's just gonna back up the group, coughing.
Mm-hmm.
Bad idea, guys. I shouldn't have done that.
He's just covered in these green spores that sort of trail behind him as he walks.
But if we see these things, they're called bibberbangs. They're very flammable, so if we can lure something there, I can ignite it with Druidcraft. And it'll be a big fireball.
Naya uses prestidigitation immediately after hearing Riot's description and seeing spores on him. She uses prestidigitation to like clean him up.
Fair enough.
Remove the spores.
That would be funny. I was like, as soon as somebody lights up a torch, just explodes. Explode Riot.
While Riot was off collecting spores or mushrooms or whatever, I'd be trying to figure out how to get into the sewer grate or tunnel.
Sure thing. And point of
just ripping it off or something.
You can rip it off if you want to use your strength. Go for it. Make me a athletics roll there, as usual, against bars of iron. Big strong boy. Riot. Point of order. You want to collect a little bit of spores. I'm going to say that you managed to get a vial full of these spores. They're extremely flammable. There won't be a fireball per se, but they're useful nonetheless. So, just so you're not taking damage or nothing. With a 23 athletics, easily done, you bend the sewer grates apart wide enough for your companions to crawl through. Let me go ahead and make sure that the way ahead is cleared and viewable. There we are.
Julia,
What's up, baby?
you'd be best to maybe scout ahead, check for safety, and don't forget those damn blobs. Don't forget the blobs. Those things hurt.
Yeah,
go
we
with
won't
Julia.
run into any more. Maybe squeeze right past you there, hon. Okay. Getting through the tunnel and through the out. Is there a grate on the other side or no?
There is.
Julia, do you want me to come open it for you?
Oh, I got my feet. I can kick it out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just use my feet, kick it out, give it 1, 2, 3
Athletics.
kicks.
Yeah. Making you roll every time there's a chance of failure.
Where the fuck is my athletics? Here, sorry. No.
A, athletics. 19. The rusted bars just creak open, and indeed the whole thing comes apart and flies like 5 feet ahead of you, and then lands in wetness, in water. You can hear a rushing water beneath you, and see the greenish glow of that sewer glow coming from a grate above, where probably from deeper in the system more water flows in a tide, sort of flowing from south to north. And then further down tunnel. From where you can peek here, you can see a couple bodies further down the bend, upon a moist but above water piece of like rusted iron that sort of arcs above this flowing river of sewage.
Okay, how fast is the current, you said?
It's like sewage current, like you.
Oh, okay.
It's not like
Well,
yeah.
Define sewage current, because I've seen some pretty hefty systems.
It's not like there's a storm above and this is the storm runoff. It's flowing gradually. If you track it with
like
your eyes, like
okay,
10
It's
feet,
like a- it's
10
like
feet
going
a
through a
turn.
small
I don't know. I'll describe it. Yeah, it will drag
Yeah,
you. Down the current, depending how deep it is.
Yeah. Let me see one of them javelins there. I want to stick this down and try to get a depth on this. Looking a little, possibly a little deep. It could sweep us up.
Good call.
Pass one over.
Pass one over. You grab it, stick it to the bottom, and you meet bottom about maybe 3 feet down the javelin length once it pierces surface. And you can hold the javelin in place to float in water. Doesn't get it out of your grip.
Okay. Look, we're dealing with about 3 feet here, so movement's going to be a little sluggish, but I haven't detected anything. Does the place look really clean? As in, like, did an ooze go through here?
Sorry, no, an ooze did not go through here. I see what you're asking now. I'm like, it's sewer. Sorry, it's just the point. It doesn't look very clean.
Does it look like?
Does it look like a
it's
cube
been-
went through here and cleaned up the walls and stuff? No, it doesn't. There's grime. There's still that barnacle growth that still lives on the walls and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely too shallow for it to like hide in these waters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then.
Just to be clear,
Okay.
Nia does not have exhaustion. I said only Nick does.
Yeah.
Because you rolled high enough, so.
I should put it with disadvantage then. Okay. Well then. Okay, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit of a sluggish movement. It's about 3 feet deep that we're getting up to here, so it's not gonna be pretty. So scooting around, I'm gonna come off. You said if I'm able to stand in it without getting, swooped away, then I'll kind of hold on to the side and just give myself some footing and then usher a couple other people through.
Sounds good.
All right, come on, let's get used lot through you.
I'll lift everybody else up in there. I'll go last.
Right, we'll just scramble up there.
One by one, you make it through the tunnel.
All right, watch your footing, watch it. Oh, there's footprints, I hear them.
Yours?
Yeah.
This spore over here, does it look like the ones that Rai saw as bigger bangs?
It is not a mushroom. This is a waterfall of sewage water coming from a pipe above.
Ooh.
Yep.
All right. Looks like we got a couple of fellas who didn't fare too well down here. I can't really see it in detail.
They appear
But,
humanoid in shape. More humanoid than the prior corpse you found.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start moving around the edge a little bit.
I want to take that javelin back if you're willing, and I'm just gonna hold it in front of me and cautiously. I won't be fooled twice. Same, just poking ahead of me, looking for that sizzle of the spearhead, javelin head. Make sure I'm not gonna run into one of those things, just creeping all the way to that edge where the bodies are.
You feel
Calm.
slick sewer bottom. Yeah, what's up?
Right, it's creeping around this edge and stops because he sees something by a firelight, a lantern way over here. What does Riot see?
You see a hooded, hunched humanoid figure seated by a hooded lantern.
Does Riot
Yeah.
see the rat again?
Do you have the eyes of the eagle?
No, Riot has his goggles. But you can see up to 120 feet.
The only reason why you can even see that what? Oh yeah, because the darkness. Yeah, it's as described. You see indeed a person of some sort, hooded by a hooded lantern, and he has a rat at a table, about half a cat sized, just sort of nibbling out of something at his hand.
Riot's gonna look around at everybody and say, "Hey guys, I think I see the person that might have has this big rat cat that we saw that looked really disgusting. I see him up there around the corner. He's by a lantern. Don't attack him. Let's try talking to him."
I appreciate that. You hear the voice echo down the pipes.
Riot's gonna shiver. All right, let's slowly make it up to him.
See now why you're no longer part of the myriad there, Riot. Stealth isn't with you.
Stealth is with me. I'm just not trying to be stealthy right now.
Yeah.
Besides,
Yeah.
he even seemed to be encouraging us to follow, so it looked like he was helping. He wasn't against us.
Mind the gap, he says as you step over the crispy, crunchy legs of the corpse beneath your feet, and you can see there's a 10-foot drop where the water falls even more down the pipe set, and sort of down these steps. There's like one step here, another step over yonder, as you follow the water flow.
Are these sprouts? The one that's right here, is that a sprout or a human?
There are many fungal bodies pouring out of the corpse, yes.
What exactly is Nia under?
What's
little,
beneath
like,
Nia?
No, like, yeah, that winged thing or something.
You're looking at mushroom growth sprouts.
Oh, okay.
Anything is a dildo if you're brave enough.
Looks like it.
Right. That is straight out of Baldur's Gate. Don't look at me. I didn't like go to some weird site and like looked up like weird like mushroom growths. That is straight up what they put in the game. I'm just saying. You don't even need a nature check for this one. This is a pretty easy one. Right, the growth sprouts you see upon the body are bone caps. Mushrooms.
Bone caps.
Yeah. An acidic, foul-tasting mushroom that can be found anywhere bodies have been buried or left to rot. Despite this, the mushroom is edible, if cooked correctly.
Yeah. That was tasting mushroom.
Well, I'm gonna keep moving forward, javelin in front, looking out,
Sounds good.
step by step,
Yeah, Riot's gonna follow.
all the way.
I know we're going north, but is this anything down here? Or is it just walled off? Or is that just a normal wall?
What, ping it again?
Down here to the south?
You can see a rocky collapse of what clearly was a passage, but has been sort of given away to rubble.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Sure.
Do we need to? Is this a wall or is this a ledge we can climb up?
It is a ledge you can climb off. As the rest of the group maneuvers back toward the flooded tunnel, Winston jumps down the 10-foot waterfall with a splash, and you find that your feet once again don't touch bottom, like before when you were encountering the giant jelly, and you just hear the strangers just go, "Oh, hold off, let me give you a hand." Oh, and he gets up from his stool, grabs his hooded lantern, and begins to step toward your group. "All sorts of sorts swimming in these waters. Hold on."
Oh yeah, I know firsthand.
No, you're a heavy fella. I can already tell this is gonna be something. Give me a hand here, boys. And he extends out a gnarled, elderly hand with like brown fingers, and you can see a swarm of rats sort of form from beneath his cloak and sort of and wrap themselves around his hand to form almost like a black fuzzy claw, and he sort of reaches out and offers you a helping hand there, Winston.
I would accept to get out of this shit water.
Here we go, and look here. What have the waters brought? Hush, darlings. These ones are still alive. They're not to eat. No, no. You are greeted by the squeak and squeals of hundreds of rats, their swarming mass moving like one amorphous entity across the sewer floor. Hundreds more peek at you from dark reaches ahead, and the glint of their eyes like fleeting timber sparks. The hunchbacked man dressed in wet rags cackles amid this mass. He is illuminated by the light, low as it is, of this cracked lantern in his hand. His smirk revealing most of his teeth have sort of succumbed to rot or have fallen out altogether, and the reek coming off of him is like that of dugout grave. His fingernails are caked in dirt and appear to have been nibbled on. But the hermit puts out a hand, puts down his lantern, and outstretches just a gnarled hand to help the rest of you out of the water as well. Name's Reek. What's yours, Flotsam? Reek.
I
Damn,
am
that
Sir-
fucking chin.
Oh, yeah, I know. Thanos over here. I am Sir Winston of Fate's Fortune.
Never heard, but welcome nonetheless.
Honey, move over. I want to get over.
Well, hold on. I'll help you up in a second. What do you mean you've never heard of me?
Your name has not been whispered by my little friends in the past several weeks or some, from what I've recalled. Yours is a new face. I welcome one nonetheless.
Well, let's write that right now. So, you've heard of me now. Spread the word, Sir Winston.
We have a few individuals who can help you with that, spreading the word. Here, follow me. I have a safe spot for you and your lot. And he begins to sort of maneuver his way over this rusted metal bridge sort of thing, past the table where he was sat and toward what looks to be a passage deeper down to the sewers. There's a ladder, a little circular opening and such.
When he says safe spot, I want to know if he's actually being truthful.
Sure, roll me insight.
9.
He appears honest for a hermit beggar that you met in the swamp. Oh, come. If I want to rob you, I would have done so already. 12 gods know I have enough hands.
Yeah, I feel like he could have just watched us die and taken what he wanted. So, who wants to go down the hole first?
Wait, hold on. What?
Completely distracted as she can see her drip globe floating in the sewage.
In your direction, against the flow of the water, too.
Is it like it's moving towards us?
Moving towards you against the flow of the water, too, yeah.
Oh gosh. Guys, it's coming towards us. But it's my drift globe.
Unless you got a way to harpoon it out.
I have a fishing rod back in my place.
I could like cast fairy fire on it and then we all have advantage on hitting it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get it all down all the way. We need to keep moving. However, this guy gives me the creeps.
Oh, that's rude. Is it?
What exactly are you doing down here in the first place?
This is my home.
No one willingly comes down here. What
That is
brought you down here?
your opinion. Some of us thrive on the surface, others thrive in other places. I prefer the dark solitude of the sewers. Me and my friends both. Come, meet our lot.
How do you avoid getting sick down here?
You look at him, and he does not exactly look like the image of health. Missing teeth, pale flesh. It would appear even, dare I say, leopard in certain spots.
Did he give his name or
Reek.
Reek. Okay. Got it.
Names are a human construct. I've supposedly adopted a nickname and it's stuck. We all have.
Maybe you can use Mage Hand to get it out.
Perhaps we were introduced on the wrong foot. If there is something I can do for you to trust me, I'll be more than happy to, for I only mean to help. What is your business down here? Perhaps I can aid you.
Well, we're here to deal with the cult.
Wonderful, as individuals armed as you are should. That is as much as I've gathered.
Well, perhaps we are here to cut the head off of a snake, if you know what the meaning behind that.
I do not speak in many riddles, I prefer to be straightforward. But if you mean to kill the leadership of the cult, then our goals align.
That is our goal.
They are an infection upon my home, and I would see them destroyed. I do not have the means myself to do so. That is where adventurers such as yourself come in.
How coincidental, because we are here to cleanse this system of that cult. And you're saying the way is down there, as he points toward the hole.
The way is whichever one you pick, but I suppose that is one of them.
What chose you to live underneath one of the main figureheads of the cult here if they're giving you such a problem?
I was here first. It is them who intruded upon his home, he says.
Maybe
We'll
have
have any
to
of-
know that the one that's above you right now is.
I only have one ear. Only one of you speak at a time, please. I didn't catch. Sorry. What was that?
No, Bright said that the one that lives above you lives no more.
Oh, it's a shame. But I suppose one does not complain about the prior management. For the latter management that comes after might be even worse.
Well, exactly how many have passed through here in the recent days? They had access to it.
Many, if you count the creatures that live here, and he points towards the swarms of rats sort of death spiraling around at the base of his feet.
I should clarify, I mean the cultist.
As for surfacers, cultists, well, that is why we sealed the southern passage, for them not to intrude this far. We have been hiding, for the most part, keeping out of sight. But in our efforts to slow them down have been for naught. They've always managed to find other ways throughout the city. There have been some in the numbers, but, it's an ongoing conflict next. Right? There have been sightings of him there and forth, but he seems to be like the more hiding in the shadows type, not engage them in the open type.
Yeah, I just wanted to gauge to see what foot traffic was like, because if it's heavy, then we're going to hit heavy resistance, but if it's like none at all, or one or two not very often, then we'll have a little bit of an easier time.
They are many, more than us. It is my job to keep watch. And he points toward like the little table and stool thing you have set up here, and where he watches from shadows and retreats back to the same shadows, to sort of warn his colleagues to keep quiet and hide. He is a lookout, not a fighter. Not even a dagger on him.
Just taking in the scenery and just thinking of if there's anything else that I want to ask.
You are not obliged to follow me if you do not wish to. I would hate for you to do something you are comfortable with. I am more than used to rejection and mistrust. I know I'm not exactly a looker, but we all have our birthright. I have mine. I claim it and do with it as I can. Mine are not looks, but mine are the talents. Talents that can help you, perhaps. But you are free to go on and pursue your prey. I apologize for the collapse, but with the 4 of you, 5 in your midst, you'll be able to dig yourselves out in an hour's time, I suppose. Though I do have something. I do have something that might help you, yes.
Then I would say let's follow him if he has a way to help us.
Then let us help each other, indeed. After you.
Looks like you ain't getting your drift globe back.
Naya just takes a big sigh and follows.
Sometimes the darkness is the more lit path. That doesn't make sense. That's stupid.
No, it
Stupid Reek.
doesn't.
I was gonna go for something that sometimes like the dark path is the more favorable one.
You could have always tried your mage hand with the drift globe, maybe.
Do you have mage hand?
I do, actually.
Grab
Get her
that
done.
shit if you can.
30 feet. Naya will try to use Mage Hip to reach out to the orb and bring it back.
You generate a translucent hand that sort of mimics your clawed draconic hand that levitates away from you 20, 25, 30 feet above the water surface and then begins to dive below. And just as it touches the water surface, a pseudopod of translucent material, gel-like, whips at the hand and through it. And then it begins to envelop it, trying to slow it down. But the mage hand just continues on its way, grabs onto the orb, retrieves it, and with orb dripping, returns it to your grasp.
Hey, once it returns to me, immediately uses prestidigitation to remove that, to clean it off.
Fair enough. It appears unharmed.
Well, good. That was easy then.
Not all solutions are hard ones.
Yay!
All right.
Let's go.
Who's first?
Right, we'll go first.
Hop on down.
1, 2, 3, 4. Drift globe. Reek, get out of here. You've played your part. Played your part well. Okay. What the fuck?
Bye, Reek.
Why is there two
There's
Nias?
two of me.
Why is there two of you? I didn't want to pace.
Doppelganger.
There we go. Bow. Just making sure that we only have one entity of you guys at one time. Let's see here. You descend down the cold iron rangs to a little place of sanctuary here in the sewers. Reek takes a seat, tired as he is, at one of the nearby tables. You see several other individuals surrounding a seemingly bottomless pit where the sewage water runs down to. By the torchlight, a couple bards play off music to sort of quell the place into a peaceful sense of respite, accompanied by the sound of flowing water. Reek is surrounded by his rats. You see another individual on the far side of the room by what looks to be a gargantuan mushroom, smearing his hands across the walls. On the far side of the room is a gargantuan ogre-like figure sat in the corner by a large table surrounded by tankards of beer, sacks of gold, and such. Welcome home, to my home, says Reek. Get yourself set, introduce yourself to those around, and let me know when you're ready to venture forth, and I shall bequeath upon you my service, something to help you pass onwards, as a gesture of favor for ridding us from this cold famine.
Well, not too bad of a place. As long as you got maybe a drink or two.
You would have to see Chug about that. And he points toward the large ogre figure in the corner.
Oh, he looks like a charming man.
He has his charms. He was the first among us. The first to invite me in. He's
So
something...
you say...
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's the... is he like your... town head or so? Or how is this...
We are all family
He was the
here,
first.
equals in the sewers. We do not have a leader. We are a leaderless colony, so to speak. all doing our part to keep each other safe.
Well, when I ask this, it's purely out of curiosity. There's not many people I would know who would uproot their life, even though life can be very difficult up above for, surface dwellers. But what exactly made you want to come down here?
Freedom.
What did you do in your life before?
There was no before. I was born here, raised by the rats as one of them. It is all I know. The surface above is unwelcoming to my kind. They call me wretch, and the light burns. I prefer down here. It is what I've...
Is there anything we can see by looking at him that might think is that he's maybe at one point looked a little bit more like Julian, like a drow?
I don't know what that means. What does living like a drow mean?
Looked like a drow.
He does not look like a drow. He does not have the purple skin, the elvish features, no. Doesn't seem that he and Julian bear any resemblance in terms of race.
Well, no, just at one point, because he said the light hurts him and he doesn't like things like that, and I know drow are like that as well.
Are you saying, did he mutate from
Yeah.
that, possibly? Okay.
Like Smeagol? Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
I was always a wretch. Born here. Raised here. The light is all he knows. The dark is all he knows, rather. That's what I'm trying to say. He sits amid mischief, an open palm outstretched down to a colony of rats, swarming various bits of rotten vegetable and cheese. And he sort of whispers to them, "Feast, my darlings." Turns his bloodshot eyes back to you. I suppose I can give you what you seek now, and you can be on your way if you're not interested in our lot.
Well, I don't mind perusing a little bit. I'd like to ask, maybe a couple more questions, get to understand everything here, since this is, I guess, a whole new world than what we're used to.
Is it, though?
But,
he asks genuinely.
Yes.
We are people just like you and your friends.
Oh, I'm not talking down. I'm just saying, this is a whole new world, as in, your streets look a little bit different than our streets, and I'm saying that metaphorically. You know the ins and outs of this place. Speaking of which, how have you guys been able to hide so well? I know it's a sprawling system and everything under a big city, but if they're moving about and everything, what helps you?
We simply do not draw attention. It's a simple manhole that protects them from the outside, from the sewers. Nothing is stopping them from being found and slaughtered. Suppose luck is the only thing that kept them safe this far.
Well, luck's a fickle thing, but if it's on your side, take it when you can.
And if we're attacked, we fight as one, as family, protecting one another. And he points toward, again, Chug, the big old ogre in the corner.
Riot said he's getting tired, and I don't mind ending it here.
Fair enough.
We can use this time to either do RP stuff, or we can pick it back up, and then Julian, we can update him through the week.
Whatever you guys want. I'm here to run a game. You're leading characters.
He's tired. That's fine. It's 9:15, and we're missing our 5th guy.
We can pick up from here next session. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a good stopping point.
I know probably all of us want to talk to Chug. These bards might have some fun information, and there's the guy that is part Lupin. That's up there by the big mushroom.
Yeah, I saw him first thing when we came in. I was like, oh, so this is where he dwells.
I'm sure all of us have something to ask everybody. I can't. My brain's not really functioning.
If you can't play, you can't play. Right. We'll see you next week, Wyatt.
All right.
Yeah, we're all good. All good. Have a good one. Just a tired little baby.
Night night. Thank
Bye.
you,
Okay.
Session.
Good night.
Ta-ta.
VIP for Winston, for even though he was dead most of the combat, didn't give up. Way to go, Winston.
Never.
We're just giving
I
up.
am relentless.
Night night, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Wow, we
Bro, you almost fucking died.
yeah, I was planning on it. I was like,
I was
oh,
about to say, I was like, you got a
Yeah,
second
he's
character
done.
ready.
It's one of those encounters that either you have a team or you don't. Or it's one of those
sure.
really proves to you like why you need a party sort of thing.
Well, of course.
Mhm.
I mean, it is a party game. That was a trap and a half for sure. That 18d6, that was brutal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Only 7 armor class though. I'm just gonna say that. It's
I
not,
know.
Nice.
it's not an impossible creature to hit or anything. It's just nobody
No,
went
no.
for it.
I've
Yeah,
never
that-
faced a news.
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead, Anthony.
I was just gonna say that's the thing though is its whole premise is essentially ambush, right? Because once it had me there, it just drained and sucked the life out of me, and because I imagine I could have done something to try and escape, swim out of it, climb
No.
out of it, something.
No.
Nothing. You can't
Well,
even.
not
like,
when you're
try to-
unconscious. Sorry, correction. Not when you're unconscious. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It sucked the life out of me, but
Yeah,
Had it
you can
not
make
sucked
the same strength check that your allies were making to get you out. You can make the same one
Yeah,
to
yeah.
escape. Yeah.
exactly. But once that life was out of me, I was donezo.
Yeah. That's what I sort of cringed at during the session, as everybody was doing their own thing before next turn, and just with the initiative, Nick rolled first, then the jelly did this thing, then everybody else goes. So everybody in the party except Nick and you got the chance to save you or do something to save you before the jelly got another turn to do 60 damage to you. And when everybody was just doing their own thing, and Nick, I guess you took the one turn to outline it so it's visible, which is fine, but not saving. Well, you couldn't have saved him because you already.
Well, I didn't know where it was.
Exactly,
at.
that was before that. Yeah, exactly. So everybody else but Nick had a chance to save him, and they didn't. And then I'm like, well, Winston's gonna take 18d6 damage then.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what happens when everybody just does their own thing instead of. But whatever, it was fun nonetheless for me.
Everybody came together, I think.
Good.
No?
Yeah, because I wanted to at least try and stick my hand in there. Because I was like, well, if I take damage, I can just use absorb elements,
Mhm.
kind of lessen the effect.
Absorb Elements
And
was
it's
MVP.
still-
That was great.
Yeah, and then still dash out of there. I was hoping I could get the lanyard or whatever on you to at least attempt to, and then if not, I'd be like, okay, well, if I was able to at least get the lanyard or the hook on you, at least we could all 3 of us try to pull you out, and then
Right.
I would have.
You know,
Yeah, I would have given you like advantage on an athletics check. Yeah.
yeah, I just rolled a 2 or a 1,
Yeah.
excuse me,
Yeah.
which was rough, and I was like,
Yeah, bad rolls.
rough.
Yeah, and that sucker is invisible underwater. Like this adventurous perception check, they see 18 to spot him, and you can't use your passive on that one because it's like it's already invisible. So to spot it, you have to actively spot it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a bitch.
See, I would have thought like normal weapons or even magical just would have been like, I mean, it's magical, so it'll go through it. But I figured like, oh, like it's jelly, it's goo. I would have been like, oh, even if you hit it, it's like it still doesn't do a whole lot because it's like
So-
jelly. It's like it forms around the blade. Like as soon as you cut into it, it like
Maybe you're
sucks
thinking about
back
this
over, maybe.
in non-D&D terms. You're thinking about it as like jelly, like the food. Like it doesn't have organs, it doesn't have anything making it alive, so it will just pass through it. Slashing, bludgeoning damage, all that stuff, magic damages it because it's a living entity. You're still dealing damage to it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was going to be like, I mean, like, yeah, you could whittle it away and everything. I'm like, well, if I shoot an arrow through it, if it's transparent and it's like, it's jelly, it's holding stuff, maybe I was just overthinking. I'm like, oh, maybe an arrow will just like pass right through it. Just be like, poof.
I can tell you would have done
anything.
damage to it. You would have not retrieved that piece of ammunition.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine. I would have
Yeah.
expected that.
Just sizzle out of it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Probably best to engage this location on fresh minds, especially if you can't. You're territory you cannot play and absorb information. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, and it gives Julian a little bit of an opportunity to catch up and everything too. But yeah, we're at a good spot.
I think
Nice
so.
nice little resty spot.
Nick just questioning my NPCs like
Oh
backgrounds.
fuck yeah!
What makes you choose this? Ratchet plays on. This is my home. This is like the best thing I know for
what's
myself.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, okay, he's down here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
did you come down here on your own volition, and then you were trying to do something like you wanted to experiment with stuff, and so like you couldn't do that in the above world. Like the Hand of Ord was around you, so you're like, oh, well, I'll take it to the depths. That's what I'm probing for.
Why do rats prefer the dark? Why do they prefer the sewers? Why don't they just live like in your home? Why don't they just purchase apartments and pay rent like the rest of us?
I mean, why not?
It's the same reason. Like, well,
Fucking tell it
because
to the raccoon
that's their
outside.
habitat, the darkness, the dankness. They like this place. This is what they like. This is their home.
Yes, but he's not a rat, is what I'm saying. So
But-
like, in order to me to understand him better, I want a prod.
Sure, treats rats
Because
like his
for
family.
me-
So
Sure, but I didn't know until I started asking, he
Mhm.
was born down here. So I was like, okay, so he was born down here. So A, that rules out that maybe his intentions aren't what I thought he might be doing, because most sane people would not just come down and start living in sewers. Like, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
me asking questions
keyword most,
is
right?
understanding.
Yeah. Keyword most. Like therefore there's a minority of people who would prefer to live in sewers.
Anthony, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. You're saying most people would
okay.
not be insane enough to live in the sewers. They would prefer to live in apartments and stuff. He is the
Yes.
other side of the minority.
Yes, and that's what I'm probing for. You were like, oh, he's probing my MCs. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I am. I want to learn about this guy. Because I want to know his motives. He might be saying, like, oh, I have stuff. I'm working on some, like, concoctions.
He said that he has something he can help you with, yeah. Most of the reason is like he's a wretch, and if he lived on the surface, then he would be a reject of society. It's kind of like going downtown and seeing like a crackhead or some shit, and everybody's like just steers clear from them, and they don't thrive in a society. But given this home and this habitat, he has a sheltering family and everything that understand him and treat him as equal. So he prefers it down
It
here.
reminds me
Mhm.
of the mutants in Futurama. You guys
I was
have ever
literally
seen that?
thinking that.
That's how.
There
I
you
took
go.
this
If that sort of comparison, I think I know what you're talking about a little bit. If that helps,
the underground
explain,
people in the
explain that way.
Futurama, the
Yeah.
people that live in the
Yeah,
sewers.
they're mutants.
Literally, they literally live in refuse and
Yeah.
sewers.
So how come they don't live in the surface? If they're people.
It's just where they live. They're also not allowed on the surface. It's forbidden, according to Futurama. But
Yeah.
but it raises that question.
There you
Like,
go.
why don't you go up there? I don't know. It's just where they like to be.
Yeah. They have a system, they have a way of life. Definitely not a drow though, I'll tell you that much.
I think she was just trying to see if it was once a drow that got mutated over the time.
Yeah, no, I see what her thought
Yeah.
stream was going for. She was like, oh, well, site sensitivity, I only know drow will have that. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah. Gotcha.
This was episode 47, I believe. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can conclude that they are not conspiring with, to our knowledge, with people.
You're free to think whatever you want. I welcome suspicion. It's not a path like a railroad where like, you guys have to follow him. You can definitely be like, fuck this place and move on by yourselves. Nothing stops your group from clearing the way ahead with just your hands.
Or,
Darkest
or
dungeon
choosing to
style.
live down here, build up the community.
If that's what your character wants for himself, yeah. Here we go.
All right, guys. I am.
To the void.
Oh, that's what's playing. I was like, I hear faint talking.
What are you talking about?
The music that was playing in campaign.
The bards of the sewers, yeah. He went into the void. I had instrumental versions, but they're all on YouTube, and that won't play through any bot or on Spotify.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Time was
Okay,
8:30.
I think I'm gonna drop.
So, yep.
I'll
Yeah, I might
catch
drop here too.
Ian's later.
Fuck! Where's my phone?
I took it. Bye.
Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. Stop playing. Oh man, if I missed an email or something, I'm gonna be pissed.